now. Yeah, so wait, give me a second.
Did I fix it?
If I don't agree with it, I'm not going to, speak to that because I'm gonna acquiesce and be in the background. All right.
Yeah, this is of all times. I need more game right now. I don't have a voice.
yeah, what, yeah,
I've
my phone is
had
tripping.
laryngitis for like a week. I'm not really supposed to be talking.
Okay, okay, okay. All right, let me connect my headset now. I'm working on that right now.
No, it's that when I hold my son, he sneezes in my face. I would be holding him, like talking to somebody, like, "Oh, yeah, can we get a deal or whatever?" And this nigga will sneeze literally directly into my face. I don't know. Probably not. We'll find out. I feel like there's like a red speck on the screen.
Okay,
That is.
okay, it's not connected. 1 second, brother. 1 second.
Yeah, I'm really not supposed to be talking. This
I
might
gotta
not be
pull over
important
and
enough.
disconnect my
We're gonna
laptop. This
find
is
out.
weird. My laptop is. I can't. He can hear me, but I cannot hear him. My laptop's connected, so is my phone. But my laptop.
It could be me. Let me see. Let me try one more time. Test, test, test. How do I know for sure it's
Yeah.
working?
Let me reset my. Let me power down my Bluetooth
It
and
could be
power
me.
back up.
Test, test, test. Okay, no, no, it's definitely not me.
Back. Okay. All right. All right. So I'm pulling over. Let me just disconnect my Bluetooth from my laptop. Hold on 1 sec.
Test,
I gotta
test.
physically pull
Yeah, it's
over, take
working.
my laptop out the computer bag, and disconnect the Bluetooth because it's not gonna let me take the heads.
Test, test.
Weird. Ah.
Yeah, I was thinking more for him, but I can see right here that it's actually working.
I can hear you through the. Oh, all right. Are you crazy? Are you talking now?
I can. Testing one, two, three.
Yeah. So I
Testing.
can hear you now temporarily. So I went to turn my laptop. So first of all, my laptop been down for like a month, so I didn't expect the thing to work. So I just messed with it today, and it actually turned on. So when it was down, the Bluetooth connection thing wasn't an issue. I was doing my phone only. So now it's working.
Okay.
Right. So now, but it took the Bluetooth thing. And and some devices you gotta physically like go in there and disconnect it. So now I went to open my laptop up to disconnect it, and the damn thing is upgraded. All right. It's at 60% though.
Okay.
This is yeah, so the thing is like I can hear you clear, but when I speak back, I'm using my phone mic and it's usually horrible.
It's really good right now. The
Yeah, to
quality is
you.
good.
Yeah, but when that thing come across,
Oh, you're saying for your
yeah,
own end.
yeah, exactly. It's usually the worst discussion I ever had. Like it'd be like you can't even play it back. So bad. All right. Okay, so it completed the upgrade. All right. So but yeah, you can tell about yourself and I'll just remain quiet a little bit while my laptop reboots.
Uh, okay. I mean, my name is Fanatic, Lauren Fanatic Riley.
You
I
might want
am
to spell
a
that because you spell it a unique way.
FANATIQ. I'm
There
a
you go.
conservative progressive. I'm pretty socially conservative, but economically progressive. I'm a black man. My parents have traced their lineage back to slavery. We have some Native American in there. They've traced that lineage as well. I advocate for reparations primarily, but as well as just the advancement of Black people. And I'm a full-time musician, a father. I'm a biblical fundamentalist. I believe in the Bible to the fullest and try to follow it to the best of my ability.
You Christian or Hebrew Israelite?
Christian.
Okay.
And I mean, I guess that's really all there is to it. I'm a musician. I play for the band Dirty Rice. I'm the music director for that. We're doing quite
What
well.
kind of instrument or what role do you play in the band?
Music director and
Okay.
keyboardist.
Okay. Are
Yeah.
you the person that do the arms, do like the little arm hand thing? Stand up and do the little hand thing?
Yeah, I do all of it. Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, I guess that's it. I've been doing politics conversations since around 2020. Um, oh, you're thinking conductor. No, I'm not a
Yeah.
conductor. I'm a director. That just means that it's my responsibility how we sound. So during rehearsals and stuff, I'm fixing things while we're on stage. If I'm hearing something, I'm pointing it out. I'm kind of keeping everybody on track with when we're going to the next section of the music, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Um,
And what genre of music?
Soul, we're a Frankie Beverly tribute band.
Okay.
Uh, like the premier in the country. And yeah, I'm retired video gamer. Used to play at a professional level for quite a few years. Still have some world records there.
What
Um,
what game is that, like football, basketball, or
no, I played Marvel vs. Capcom 2, fighting games. I play fighting games.
okay, okay. You ever played Tekken?
Yeah, I was really good at Tekken 2.
Which one? Tekken 1, 2, 3? Which Tekken?
Tekken 3, Tekken Tag, Tekken
Really?
4, and then maybe Tekken 5. And then I
Uh-huh.
stopped.
Yeah, I might got to see you on Tekken because that was my thing.
You don't want it.
You might be right. Shit, if you're a professional, I was just a hood guy. So you might be right, but I was the guy though.
Yeah, I believe
You
you.
know. But don't forget, well, you don't know. I'm 48, so when I was like around that age, like this online thing was not even like a thing.
Say, I started before online games were really a thing.
Okay.
We didn't have the infrastructure for it at the time.
It says I'm connected. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
All right, I got you. Damn, damn.
You
That took
finally
a
got it?
miracle, man.
All
Yeah,
right, good to go. Good to go.
that thing took a miracle to get connected. Okay, so I see you were saying that black this, black that, and you was using like black kind of like as a generic thing, not exclusive to Black Americans. I picked up on that
Well, how did you pick up on that?
because the way you use it, you said you're Black American. You emphasize that you have U.S. chattel slavery ties to this country, and then you said something along the line where you just about Black people in general. So now I
When did
know
I
that word Black.
generalize?
But no, I know if you use it like that without being so okay. So the whole point of FBA is to be specific of what audience you're talking to because Black, whether you generalize or not, Black is a generalized term. It includes people from different backgrounds, different countries, different cultures, different languages. So when people don't specify and they just say Black, then it's going to be always consumed in a general sense.
That's your interpretation. I'm pretty sure
Okay.
I know who I'm talking about.
Okay. Wait. I don't know. Tell me. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about people of my lineage. My lineage comes from, like I said, descendants of slavers in this country.
Right.
Um, and so, I'm not a big fan of the FBA movement online, so I tend not to use that, but it applies.
Yeah.
FBA, ADOS, Freedmen, what are they? Some people call themselves original Americans or
So let me ask
whatever.
you that because you said FBA. Are you not a fan of delineation altogether?
No, I'm not a fan of that movement, the FBA
No, I don't.
movement.
Okay, I don't. Right, right. You said that, so I get. I understand what you're trying to say. But when you mentioned Adolf, Friedman, and Solon, so now I'm talking about delineation in specific. Are you a fan of delineation, or you think that's unnecessary?
I think delineation is perfectly fine. That's why I literally delineated when I said ADOS, Friedman, FBA applies. I mean, all of those things indicate that I'm clearly on board with delineation.
Yeah, I only said that because you said FBA movement. The FBA is another way to say Adolf, Friedman, Solon. That's why you confuse me. It's like Adolf is an attempt to name the lineage that you said you come from. It's not a movement. It's the name of a lineage.
I call it a movement because there is an
Right.
association in the way that these people move and the way that they carry themselves, and they are a specific sect online, and I'm just not a fan of them.
Okay, I got you. Now I call myself FBA. So are you saying I'm lumped up with those guys?
I would assume so, yeah.
You assume so, but so
Sure.
now if you're wrong, that means your whole assumption of FBA is wrong, then, right?
No, my assumption of you would be wrong.
No, but I'm FBA. Okay, look. So here we go. So this is semantics. You just said those who come call themselves FBA. They're using because it's like you're using that term as a monolith. They think the same. They believe in the same things. They argue the same things. They don't disagree with each other, right? So that's how you use it. You said FBA. Now I consider myself FBA, but I disagree with FBAs all day long. We argue, we debate, and they say they're FBA, and I'm like, I vehemently disagree with them on certain talking
Okay.
points. I'm not divisive. I'm not xenophobic. A lot of them are, and I'm against all that. But I call myself FBA, so that's why I'm going back to you with FBA is a name of a lineage. It's not a monolith. It's not a way of thinking. It's not a movement. It's an attempt to name the lineage. So if
I
you
disagree with you.
when you judge, okay, okay. So let's start with me. I'm FBA. How are you going
hmm
to tie me into other people who you disagree with? Start go.
I don't. I would talk to you as an individual and find out what you as an individual believe.
Okay, so now when you hear what I believe and you're okay with that, then you can no longer say FBA's believe so and so, right? Because I'm part of the FBA thing.
No, you would be an outlier. And so I would still be able to talk about the FBAs in general.
Okay, so what percentage of this outlier that thinks like me as
I,
opposed to
I don't need to quantify it.
okay, yeah, you start that's literally called assuming there's no proof behind that. You're just making up stats. This is okay.
Okay,
It's okay.
if you like it that way.
All right. Anyway, so the bottom line is that you agree with delineation, like you agree that our lineage you're part of, we need a separate name to separate us from other people across the world, right?
Sure, as I've done, and this has been exemplified in my conversation thus far. Sure.
You want to say that, okay? Now, so what was the? So I watched your video about Tariq Nasheed. Some things you agree with. I'm thinking. Do you agree with anything he says, or you contrary to everything he says? You oppose?
That would be stupid. I agree with some things he says because he
Okay,
believes in delineation, and there's some points that he's good about the Democrat Party and things like that. I think you should
okay.
have watched the video, man, because it would make more sense.
Well, like I said to you before, I'm organic. I like to. I did watch your video. And you. So okay. So your thing with Tariq Nasheed was focused in that video was focused on Kamala Harris, right?
On Trump,
Oh yeah, and Trump. Right. Like you say, he never critiques Trump. You said that, right?
that's right.
Now, that was crazy because he critiqued MAGA,
I don't I
Trump.
don't know if I said never. I didn't so I don't know if I said never,
Yeah,
but I said he was no,
I
no,
can
no. Matter of
play.
fact, I am
Yeah, I can play it back
I am particularly careful with my words. Most of the time I would say if I did
most
say
of the time,
he
right?
if I said he never, I would probably said in this conversation and limited it in some way, as opposed to making a general statement about something that someone has never ever done. That doesn't sound like me. I'm particularly careful with my words and particularly eloquent. If you said you can play it back, please find me that timestamp right
Yeah,
now.
I'll do it right now. I
Okay.
think this is the best way to go about this conversation. But yeah, but I'm just say this: when somebody say never, it has to be never. Because if you say
Of
never, it's not
course.
never. Then
That's
you're
why I
not.
really do it.
Then you're not. Right. Hold on. Let me get some word. You talk. That was quiet. Okay. What I'm saying is when somebody say never, it has to be never. Because if it's not never, then they're not careful with their words. They just spoke outside themselves. All right. So let me play back the video. That I think that'll add to some context.
There we go.
It'll it'll refresh me. And if you didn't say it, I got no ego. I could say, hey man, you didn't say it. I misrepresented you.
Mm.
Okay. 1 second. But if you did say never, then you got to acknowledge you said never.
All right. What I also went on to say, if you weren't listening, I said if I did say never, I would have probably limited in some capacity to that specific conversation and say that he
We'll
never
see.
criticized Trump during that conversation. That's what I would have
We'll see.
imagined. But we'll go ahead and find me that clip.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if that was the case. Um, if you're wrong, you got no problem with saying you're wrong, right? You
Of
won't try
course
to
not.
explain yourself out of it. All right. Right over right here. Okay, I got it.
Are you
Yeah,
gonna
it's
play
a
it
matter of
within
fact.
the Zoom?
Yeah, yeah. It's a 12-minute video, so I'm just gonna play the whole 12-minute video. Is that fine?
No, I would rather you didn't. I'd rather you find the timestamp.
Now, I want to play. We got listeners here, so that we're talking about a video they don't know it even exists. So if
I
I just
feel
play it,
you.
because right, so if I
You
just play the whole video out, then they get the full context of everything. So now when we
absolutely not. I'm asking you to play the part that is actually relevant. You said you took notes and you take timestamps in your videos. I've seen you say that before. So if you could please
yeah,
just point me to the part where that happens and we can go there because I don't want to spend 12 minutes watching a video about an underlying video that you've never seen. Like just go ahead and show me the
I,
point, man.
I got you. I understand. You don't want to watch a video where you contradict yourself. Okay,
Sure. I'd rather you play me the video where I can contradict myself as
I
opposed to
got you.
12 minutes of extraneous information.
But you made a lot of claims in that video against Tariq
Sure,
that
and any
was
of
false.
I'm open to you addressing any one of them. You said you took notes, so then show me those.
I got you. I got you.
Sure many of you guys saw, I recently had a conversation with Tariq. It didn't go as well as I would have hoped. I really wanted to call him out on some of the things. I wasn't expecting the conversation to happen in that moment. My main goal was
Are you just playing the
to
video or are
set
you
up a
going to the
conversation so that I
timestamp?
could get the
But now, well, I don't know. I know it's in the beginning.
response.
I know the exact timestamp. I don't know the exact timestamp. I do. I know it was in the beginning. You
I'll
didn't
give
go too
you
far.
I'll give
Okay.
you 1 minute. If we get past 1 minute, I'm gonna be frustrated and we're gonna stop.
Hey, bro, you can do what you want to do. I got your video.
I got you. You can
So we
watch
could
videos
actually
and critique
confront
all you want to.
Eh,
I'm just telling you what I'm
eh,
going to do.
but you ain't got to chimp out though. Relax. It's okay.
some of the things that he
What are you
said.
even hold
Like,
on,
for
pause.
instance, in one of his streams, he said that he didn't have a problem with
What do
Project
you,
2025.
I don't feel like this is a
What?
conducive conversation, bro.
Bro, what are
How
you?
are you
Hey, hey,
starting
hey,
already on this type of energy? What's
hey, bro.
happening?
No, hey, bro. Look, you could just leave then. I got enough. You chimping out. It's okay.
Chimping out. I can
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
that
That's
you're
what
not
you're doing.
really interested in the real
Okay,
conversation,
right.
and that
Hey,
says
bro.
everything to
I
me.
look.
Go ahead, you
I'm
take care,
experienced.
bro.
I'm experiencing. I'm
You
experienced
take
enough to
care.
know where you're going, and you're filibustering, you're babbling, you're explaining. They get up out of here. I'm not gonna do that. This dude said the word never, and then he's gonna act like he ain't never say never. Oh, if I did say never, it was a capacity of. We're not about to do that, bro. Knock it off. So let's play it.
Talking about, man?
Product 2025 was all good for him. He actually was cool with it, which I think obviously there's some serious issues there. I feel like he had spoken pretty favorably about Trump, and I saw him completely refuse to criticize him.
Why does anybody work for somebody they can't stand?
Okay, so let's go back again because his inserts is corny.
He actually was cool with it, which I think obviously there's some serious issues there. I feel like he had spoken pretty favorably about Trump, and I saw him completely refuse to criticize him.
Okay, so he completely. What is complete? Completely is like never. That sums it up. It's complete. It's done. So he's saying his assessment of president is he never find fault, but he's going to chimp out and try to tell me that completely don't mean it's a done deal. Like case solved, case resolved, and we're not doing that. Yeah. So that's why before he even got started, dude, you can go because it's 4th of July. It's my country day, and I don't feel like you got a straw. Yes, 4th of July is my country day, and I don't feel like being gaslit on my day. You did post it on my day. Yeah, so we ain't gonna do that. And a great day. I already see how I'm so eloquent. I'm so smart. I'm so eloquentious. Fuck. I'm so, articulate. Like, dude, come on, man. Just prove it. You ain't got to do all that. So I'm experienced enough. Get off. And that's how you do it, man. That's how you do it. Like you need to value yourself. Like everything ain't content. Now, don't worry, we got some stuff still because I got Godfrey. Oh, we caught Godfrey. We definitely caught Godfrey chimping out. So on the FBA sister. So yeah, I had a backup. I ain't crazy. I had a backup. But he don't want to watch his whole video. Get exactly to the moment, bro. You ain't that important to me. Your channel's small. You're irrelevant. You dig? You're clout chasing, fake cosplaying tether. Not FBA. Yeah, he clearly used black. He said, I'm just for black people. And he doesn't know that black. Now, by the way, when I finish playing the video, family, you're going to see that he defines black as broad and ambiguous. Okay? He's going to admit that in this video. So in real conversation, he want to pretend, oh no, black is very specific. I don't need to, say foundational. And so I'm like, oh, but foundationals think like this. But I'm foundational. So if I don't think like that, you're an outlier. So wait a minute. So then you can't. It goes back to you can't be absolute. Then if you say FBAs do B, I don't do it. That one outlier is enough to debunk your claim, my guy. That's how it works. That's why you don't speak in absoluteness, because one outlier that defies that logic blows it all up. You dig? And that's why Jada Kid said, no, Beanie Siegel said, cookies for rookies, coffee. He said cookies and milk and cookies for rookies, coffee and donuts for grown-ups. That was Beanie Siegel debating. He's going after the locks. Not debating, battle rapping. He did, yeah, but we are not about to do that. I'm sorry. Yeah, we are not about to. I'm about to kiss ass to have a nobody come up here and cook them. All right. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. Get off. Get off and go back to irrelevant land. You feel me? But let's get to this video.
What?
So already you seen he said Tariq completely never criticized Trump, or he didn't say the word never, but he said completely.
Does anybody work?
All good for him.
Completely and never is pretty same shit.
He actually was cool with it, which I think obviously there's some serious issues there. I feel like he had spoken pretty favorably about Trump, and I saw him completely refuse to criticize him.
He saw Tariq Nasheed completely refuse to criticize Trump. Like he said, he's seen him completely refuse. Come on, man. The implications is you didn't see no evidence of Tariq Nasheed going against Trump. All this time, all of Trump administration, you didn't see Tariq Nasheed going against Trump. Now he want to back. Oh, if I said never, dude, you don't know what you say. I know what I say because I don't make absolute claims. So I try not to as much as possible to make an absolute claim because you normally get cooked. Yeah, give me a second while get up. Yeah, you about to give me a headache, my guy. All this word stuff. All right.
Why does anybody work for somebody they can't stand, they don't like? They need a check. I need the CHEQ. Okay, so that's why the hell I'm
corny.
here.
He explained to me his actual perspective on some of these things, because I understand that sometimes you can be taken out of context, sometimes you haven't fully elucidated. He didn't give me the opportunity to do that. He said, I just wanted to talk casual right now. So we went ahead and had the conversation. It started off and I was talking about some of the nonsense regarding Kamala Harris's race and the idea that she's not a black person.
Because I don't give a damn. If you're not from our lineage, whatever kind of black you identify as, that's inconsequential. You're not from my lineage, so I don't really want you to be a representative.
So, I mean, that's a clear argument. So Tariq Nasheed was being very clear on what black was to him, lineage. But this guy tried to act like he don't see black outside of lineage. Like there's no black outside of a lineage. But now he's considering somebody racially black. So that's why I said, bro, when you say black, you kind of left it out there where it could be anybody from it. Oh, no, I say black. But you just said Kamala's racially black.
of my lineage.
Now, I get that there's multiple sects on the internet that have different definitions. I'm aware of people who refuse to use.
Okay, so now y'all tell me if he's foundational. Listen to this foolishness you about to say right here. Give me a second as I'm trying to adjust. I'm trying to get my I'm gonna invite my TikTokers on to the conversation. They kicked them right off. Get up out of here, my guy. And I got 2 IG accounts, by the way. I got one that's not tied to what I do, and I got one that is tied to what I do. So when I invited him more, I gave him my IG account that's not tied to what I do. So I didn't want him to look me up and then run like everybody else do. But when he's already playing semantics, I'm good. I'll pass. Oh, if I did say never, it's in the capacity of, dude, delete yourself, my guy. It's in the capacity of. Now I didn't want to name this Tariq's troll because I didn't want him to like find the video and like hop off. But now that he hopped off anyway, I'm going to rename this video Tariq Troll. Tariq Troll. Okay, hold on. Let me rename this video what it should have been renamed. Now you know what? I'm gonna just call it Godfrey because that's who we're gonna cook anyway. Hmm. Okay, 1 second. Come on, I'm trying to connect my laptop. Is that? Is there a? Yeah. Oh, that's a hotspot name. Where is the password? Here we go. All right, I got you. I got you. All right, we're connected. All right, so let me fix the title back to what it's supposed to be about. It's about Godfrey. There we go. Give me a second, family. Give me a second. Matter of fact, happy 4th of July. It is. We're gonna cook this guy briefly, then we're gonna go after Godfrey because he chimped out on the FBA woman, and that's not respectable. All right, okay. So name change. All right. Okay. Now listen to his issue.
The phrase black, who only want to use the phrase African American. But then I'm also aware of people who specifically. Now, I get that there's multiple sects on the internet that have different definitions. I'm aware of people who refuse to use the phrase black.
Now, right there. This is a tether argument. There's no way this dude is Black American. What fucking Black American don't say they're black? Oh, don't call me that. I ain't black. No, don't call me black. This dude has lost his god. That's some shit an immigrant would do. What Black American would say, don't call me black? Any history, it's called Black History Month. I mean, that got to be the dumbest argument, that we say don't call us black when we got a whole month called Black History Month. Black Wall Street, blackity this, blackity that, black, but don't call me black though. But all of that person's history is going to be rooted in black. I can't stand these undocumented folks, man. All right, let me get my TikTokers in. Let me include the TikTokers, the TikToksers. They toxic as hell on TikTok, but it makes for good content. Did y'all see the video where I just uploaded the premiere? This is a small one, 5-minute premiere. I was debating an Eritrean on she's not black. Oh my God, so funny. But now I got another guy right after that one. I got another video I'm gonna premiere later. Another person who was pretending they were FBA, but it was a cosplayer that wasn't. This dude said he knows Black Americans who say they're not black. This dude. Hold on.
Hello everyone in the chess world. Today we're going to see the part 2 of the Austrian attack on the Perk defense. So, like you of course.
I didn't click that shit.
Only want to use the phrase
okay.
African American. We went ahead and had the conversation. It started off and I was talking about some of the nonsense regarding Kamala Harris's race and the idea that she's not a black person.
Because I don't.
Okay, so I want y'all to keep in point what we just talked about. Keep focused. So earlier we were talking about black. Now he pretended like he don't see black outside of a lineage. So I said, now when you say black, you gotta be specific. I said that's why we say foundational blacks, to separate us from other folks that may call themselves black. Oh, nah, not with me. When I say black, it's always Black Americans of the lineage. I'm like, yeah, but the word itself is not defined like that. Black is defined as a race. So if it's going to literally include immigrants. Oh, nah, I think I was abundantly clear when I said black is a lineage. Okay. All right, I ain't gonna argue with you, bro.
Give a damn. If you're not from our lineage, whatever kind of black you identify as, that's inconsequential. You're not from my lineage, so I don't really want you to be a representative of my lineage.
Now, I get that there's multiple sects on the internet that have different definitions.
Now, you hear this guy? He said there's multiple sects of Black Americans that got different definitions of what black is. That's his claim. Okay. I don't stuff up. Multiple sects of Black Americans. We got different definitions of what black is. Like, dude, knock it off. Dude, knock it off. Black Americans do not have multiple definitions of what black is. We got, it's black is black. Like, we got a whole national song called I'm Black and I'm Proud. We got the Black Empowerment Movement. Like, which part of that did folks say, nah, I ain't the Black Panthers and Black Wall Street? Like, dude, knock it off. This is completely tether logic. That's why buddy, there's no way FBA. Come on, man. Really, did anybody ever a Black American who was ashamed to call themselves black, other than it being a Moor? All you can say is a Moor. The Moor Science Temple, you know what I mean? Those Moors people. They're the only ones that don't say they black. So you got to stop, my guy.
I'm aware of people who refuse to only pray American. So where
And you know, those who say they're African American that
I'm not
prefer
gonna
that
use
term,
African American.
which be a bunch of Pan-Africanists, they're black. So who would say they're African American before they say black. But if you ask them, are you black too? They're gonna say yes. They're not gonna say I'm not black. This dude's completely just lying.
But I'm only going to use black, or I'm only going to use freedmen, and I'm not going to use African American, black, Negro, or any of those things. So there are these
Okay,
different
he's lying
sects.
again.
What you
We use ADOS, Freedmen, Solon, FBA all interchangeably. That's what I told the guy. I said, yo, what's your point FBA? Oh, not FBA movement. So I let him go in. I'm not a movement, FBA, because he seems to be okay with Freedmen, Solon, and ADOS. So I'm like, yeah, FBA is not a movement. FBA is another way to name the lineage, just like Solon and ADOS. It's the same thing. It's not a movement.
will find in the general population will look
No,
at and
the
say,
average person doesn't say black is a race. The average tether says black is a race. You dig? The average. Okay, so now who are we talking about? He said okay. You gotta learn how to follow conversation. The whole time his audience he was speaking to, the group of people of interest he was only speaking to were black Americans. Okay, so and now he went to the average person. It's like, no, my guy, stick to black Americans who you're speaking to up to this point. So black to black Americans, do we think of people across the world, or do we think of people in this country, my guy, that has U.S. held slavery, this lineage here? And it's obvious the latter. But now it's the average person. The average person doesn't matter. It don't matter what the average person thinks. What matters is what's true and what we think about ourselves and about what we call ourselves.
people of the lineage, like myself, we use race and ethnicity. Black is both our race and our ethnicity.
Okay, let me stop that right there. Black, not our race and our ethnicity. The dude just lied. Okay, ethnicity is something you choose for yourself. It's an endonym. A race is something that Europeans have made up. Okay, and in a disrespectful way, it was no good intent there. It was to be racist. Like, how can you? Okay, I don't understand. If we say historically and presently, are Europeans racist? The average person is going to say yes. The average person. Okay. Well, wouldn't it make sense they make up a group called a racial? Wouldn't it make sense racist people make up a racial construct? Like, yeah. So why would we respect a racial construct that was created by racist people? Like, nah. Like, you don't get to tell us who we are. Nah, we're black ethnically. You want to box us up in some old census racial category? Then you go do that. But that's something you made up. And that's an exonym. What we call ourselves is an endonym, and we said we are black ethnically, culturally, and even you could go as far as nationally. We're black, but we ain't. Nobody on earth has ever said they have a racial group before white T Americans. White T Americans had used the same racial group to reclassify the indigenous Americans and wipe them out of history on paper. Okay, so you got to be very careful of who you listen to.
Our lineage was stripped from us in the sense that we weren't able to trace back to Africa because
that little stuff you saw right there. See, now this is why I said let's play the video. Oh no, I want to play the whole video. I was just 1 minute. Yeah, we'll get off. You made a 12-minute, 47-minute, 12-minute, 40-second video on disrespecting the lineage. And you're telling me I only could play 1 minute of your clip? I mean, yeah, hey, family, if I go ahead and show you the engagement between me and him, he said, what do you want to talk about on IG? I said, your video. I said your video. I didn't say, hey, this one part of your video. The dude literally asked me on IG, what do you want to talk about? I said your video, my guy. That's 12 minutes and 47 seconds. He heard that. But now he want to act like, oh, nah, just 1 minute of my video. Nah, you made a bunch of bogus claims, and I'm going to embarrass you. And you chimped out. It's all good.
Slave masters did all they could to eradicate that ancestry and that heritage from us.
You hear this guy? The slave masters went out their way to strip us from some type of African heritage. Dude, stop it. What are you talking about? Africans went out their way to make us non-African. They sold us, my guy. They cut the umbilical cord. Like, yo, these tethers, these fake Black Americans, they always try to start it from America and white people. No, Africans sold us. They cut the umbilical cord. They went out their way to run us around the tree of forgettingness, whatever it was called, to forget where we from. They went out their way to like disconnect us from anything of the motherland. You out your mind? But these were the things I was going to call them on.
So because of that, our lineage begins in the United States, the country that we built. Black is both a race and an ethnicity.
Okay, that's a lie. Black is not both a race and an ethnicity. Black is an ethnicity according to Black Americans. Whitey people that are racist historically came up with a racial construct, and they later, after we used Black for ourselves, whitey people later hijacked our Black word and made it a racial group. That's what happened. Okay.
So you start running into complications, because while I understand that Black is our ethnicity in this country as well as our race, that overlap creates distinctions where some people would say, I don't want to label anyone else as Black because they're not of our ethnicity. And I would understand the concept that someone might not be ethnically Black, but then be racially Black. And I would give that to someone like Kamala Harris. Obviously, she's not of our lineage. Her parents.
Oh, so he acknowledged that Black can be vague and ambiguous. You see that? And that's what I was trying to hold him to on the phone. Like, bro, when you say you're for your people, Black people, like, who's that? Oh, now it's clearly who I'm talking to. Well, yeah, but Black is not a clear term. Black is an all-inclusive term from thousands of islands of those people in the Caribbean and 54 countries in Africa and Haiti, and maybe even Brazil somewhere, according to the white people, not Black Americans and not Africans. You know, none of us made up the word Black as a race. Racists did it. So keep in mind, it was racists that made Black a race. Black was not a race originally; it was an ethnicity.
Her dad came from Jamaica. He was an Afro-Jamaican, a Negro Jamaican. So because of that, he's not of our lineage. That means he is racially Black, but clearly not ethnically Black American. He's not a freedman. He is not ADOS. He's not FBA. He's not original, or whatever phrase you would like to use. I'm comfortable making that distinction. The problem comes that some people online feel like even making the distinction, not free, not ADOS, whatever, just simply
because can't hear TikTok can't hear YouTube, and I think I made a mistake. I went live on YouTube with the wrong device. So TikTokers might be kind of low.
Using the phrase Black is problematic.
There's black people in Africa, yeah.
Okay, would that apply to her? Would she be a Black person that's not of our lineage?
No, because I don't believe that her dad has identified as Black.
Again, this is only online, because people in the real world very much follow the racial paradigm, Black, white, etc. Throughout that
okay, so he's lying. The real world does not follow that. Just Western influenced countries follow the racist racial construct. Okay, just racial, whitey influence, European influence, imperialism, neocolonialism, all the words they usually say is bad. But now all of a sudden they're good when they come up with a racist construct called race. Now all of a sudden white people are good. And that's why we can never really unite with these folks. We don't pick and choose. Like, yo, racism is just racism. Like, we don't pick and choose when it's not. It's racism, and racists can never be in our best interest.
Conversation, Tariq repeatedly moved the goalpost. So, for example, at one point he made the claim that Kamala never claimed that she was black.
Because that new interview that she did on CNN, when they brought up the nationality and race thing, she sidetracked that. She don't like saying that. She's never said out.
All right, so family, this is why he didn't want to play the whole video. Because Tariq Nasheed made a bold claim. He said Kamala never said she was black. So now he's attempting to produce receipts where Kamala said she was black. Don't forget, Tariq claim is Kamala never identified as BLACK. He's claiming she did. Look at this guy evidence. It's embarrassing.
Of her mouth, hey, I'm a black person. She's never said that.
So I point out, actually,
you hear that? Tariq Nasheed said Kamala Harris never said I'm a black person. BLACK. That's either true or false. Let's listen to this guy's evidence. Listen to this.
Here's the thing in 2006 where she's referring to herself as African American.
Let me quote it. She said, what I suggest we do as African American is own this issue in law for enforcement and then define it in the way that works for us because it is a myth.
Okay, you heard him? First of all, he said African American. Tariq is very clear. He was even clear what Tariq Nasheed said. Tariq Nasheed said Kamala Harris never said she was black. This guy switched it up and say African American. My God, so he's right then. His claim wasn't African American. She never said that either, by the way. But he went there. So I do. Your own evidence indicted you. It acquitted Tariq Nasheed. It's substantiated. It corroborated Tariq Nasheed's point that Kamala Harris is not on record saying she's a black woman. This guy comes back and say African American, which he's not reading that. That's him saying that. So I want you to pay attention to what he reads. So he's going to read her words. Nowhere in her words is she going to say she's African American or she's black. Listen.
To say that just we do as African American is own this issue in law.
The thing in 2006 where she's referring to herself as African American.
Let me quote it. She said, what I suggest we do as African American is own this issue in law for enforcement and then define it in the way that works for us because it is a myth to say that African Americans don't want law enforcement. So in that point, she said we, and so then she's obviously referring to herself as African American.
Now,
this guy said we. We. Bro, Tariq Nasheed was clear. He said that she never called herself black. Not we. He never said she ain't say we. we. He said she never called herself black. That's a fact. That's true. You didn't debunk it, bro. You stamped it. And this is why he didn't want to watch his entire video back. I understand, bro. When y'all lie, y'all want the clout. And that clout gonna come with some people like me calling you out, holding you accountable. And I get it. You dig? You want to dodge. I got it. But so Tariq was right. Show us Kamala Harris saying that she's a black woman. Those words. He was very careful on his claim. You have not debunked that, my God. She said we. He said BLACK. All right?
The word game to say, well, African American ain't black. I get where you're coming from to some degree, but let's be honest.
Hold on, TikToker. I'm gonna invite you on. We got somebody who wanna hop on. Yeah, got somebody wanna hop on. It may be a mistake, maybe not. Let's see. Don't go nowhere. Don't touch that dime. Invite you up. Okay, I invited you up. Maybe that was a mistake. You didn't mean to hop on. Okay. So if that was a mistake, it's all good. But if you want to hop on, invite yourself back over. Because I invited you up and nothing happened.
There was a big point in time when African American was being used interchangeably with black after Negro. In my mother's day, Negro was the thing that they did. That's what they referred to my dad. My dad used
Hey,
to call
yo,
me.
look at his dates. Yo, my man got Negro in 1970s. He's unaware that black started in 1940. Yeah, bro, it's called the Black Power Movement, 1960s. This dude got Negro in 1970s. James Brown's song, I'm Black and I'm Proud, was 1960s. Dr. King said he was black and beautiful in 1960s. Look at the dude dates. He got 1970 Negro. Then he gonna have 1980, I guess, black, I'm guessing.
Me a Negro when I was a really young kid. However, when we got older, eventually we abandoned the phrase Negro, and then the phrase became about black.
This dude said we abandoned the, like, look how he's framing it. He said we abandoned the phrase, we abandoned Negro, as though that was a endonym, bruh. It was a race, man. People across the world were called Negro. It wasn't just Black Americans, my guy. So that was never our exclusive identity. That was never our ethnonym. That was a racial term that was put on anybody who was pretty much melanated throughout the world. So we didn't abandon it. We gave ourselves an ethnicity. We didn't have one.
Then after black, then people started saying, well, black was offensive, et cetera, and then it became African American. And then
Wait, who said black was offensive? Yeah, it's called black. See, this is the Gaslight family. This is why he chimped out. I was trying to have this conversation with him, but like I think he kind of knew he messed up, and he wanted to see what I know and I didn't know, and when he seen that I was on demon time, he chimped out. You dig? When he seen I was no fool, okay, this guy might know something. Let me chimp out early and play semantics. Okay, well, this conversation ain't going, bro, get off now. Because I've been peeped, you ain't going to be compliant. I've been peeped, you ain't going to let me hold you accountable to what you said. I've been peeped that. With your little word salad. Get off.
now people are saying, I don't want to be African American, I just want to be American, almost denying the blackness. Some of these black Republicans are doing that.
Oh, no. This can't be. It says I'm 102% African. What a two.
Y'all some coons. FBA is coonery. Everybody that's involved in the FBA shit is some coons.
Okay.
And you're never gonna make it nowhere in life because this division divided black people.
Hold on. Wait.
Especially black people. No, you don't care about black people.
Hold on. Wait. Hey, bro, you're chipping out. Hey, relax. I mean, who does that? If what you're saying is absolutely true, and what I'm saying is false, who does that? Who hops on somebody's panel and just start going off? No introduction, no, hey, how you doing? You just calling names. And by the way, family, I didn't kick him off. He hopped off. Now, most likely, dude, you're a foreigner. You know I was going to ask you where you were from. So hop back on. I was going to talk to you. You dig? You came on here speaking a million words per second. You did that. You chimped out, my guy. And all that does is validate me. When you chimp out like that, that just validates me and what I stand for. It's like, yo, if what you're saying is true, if all FBAs are coons and sellouts and we're divisive and xenophobic, all of us, you didn't say some, you said all. Some are, but you said all. Okay, so tap in. Let's speak about me. I can't speak to the people you spoke to. I can't say all of us are not. That's being absolute. I'm not an absolutist guy. I'm a reasonable intellectual. So I know that there's some FBAs who chimp out. There's some who are toxic, xenophobic, and maybe a coon. I got it. Larry Elder, like he's FBA, he's a coon. You dig? But, the fact that you ran off like a little girl, my guy, is crazy. You dig? Like, I got to pop my collar. Like, yo, grown men afraid to have a conversation. It ain't like we're boxing, slap boxing, or doing a bro. We're just talking on a phone, and you feel like that's crazy. Again, all you doing is like inflaming my ego. Like you're like really making me feel like I'm that guy. You ain't want no pushback.
percent margin of error.
Now we've gone a step further, and it's about even separating the lineage, which I think is an important thing to do. I do recognize some of the antagonism that happens every now and then from some immigrant black people. So I get the need for delineation. I've
Wait,
had
family, did he
debates
say
with
it?
plenty of.
Did he say immigrant people? My guy, you just contradict yourself, my guy. You told us when you say black, you're you're pretty much referring to people from the lineage. Because I asked you to clarify. I said, hey, you can't say black like that because black is vague. It could be people from different nations. You said, no, no. When I say black, I'll speak about lineage. Dude, you just said black and you included immigrants. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You're a smart man. For chipping out, hopping off, you are a smart man because I really ain't cook you. I really ain't cook you. I made since the danger, hot chimp out and hot ball. You dig? But you're invited back on though. That's that same guy, the video I'm playing, the weirdo guy. You can always come back on. I didn't kick you off. See, on YouTube, if I kick you off on YouTube, you can't come back on. YouTube won't allow you back on. I didn't kick you off. You hopped off. You chimped out. So I'm saying is, man, come back on and defend yourself, coward.
Them. Typically, I am able to convince them why reparations are beneficial and why we actually need to delineate and how they could be better allies. Because
Now,
as it
who
stands
believes
now,
this guy is successful at talking to tethers and convincing them that they should be allies? Hey, dude, come on, man. Like, he's one of those nerds that grew up in like suburban areas. So he thinks because he talk a certain way, you're sounding white. Dude, listen, man. What you're doing ain't what we call sounding white. Okay, that's not that. Okay, that's what we know you're not Black American. When we say somebody is sounding white, it's not about not speaking Ebonics or grammar or AAVE. It's about changing your voice and talking like this. Hello, guys. Hey, my name is James Brown, and I'm here to bring you the news. Okay, that's what sounding white is. It ain't speaking articulately. You feel me? That's why we know you're not FBA, my guy. And he definitely won't pull back up. He know better. He knows better.
black people don't have any large collective ally groups. All other groups convince them
Look.
why
Watch how confusing he is. He's very confusing. He's going to mention us and call us black. He's going to mention immigrants and call them black. And then he's going to go back and say black plainly and pretend it's speaking to us. Dude, you just identify immigrants as black. This is why I told you, my guy, you got to put an F there if you're talking to us. You can't say foundation Black Americans are black and immigrants are black and then use black by itself and then act like you're only speaking to us. It's not how that works, bro. You're not as smart as you think you are. If we all fall in that category of black, then when you say black, that's all of us. It's on you to be unique and differentiate. It's on you. You got to clarify. You can't say black. Black is anybody under that category.
reparations are beneficial and why we actually need to delineate and how they could be better allies. Because as it stands now, black people don't have any large collective ally groups. All other groups have used us for our political acumen while having us champion their causes because of the fact that black people have always fought for other people's causes and they've never actually fought for us in the same way. And I start pointing out times when she mentioned that she was African American.
But the fact is, in that thing, she did say we when talking about African Americans, so she's referring to herself as an African American in 2006.
He then moves the goalpost and says, well, she's a path.
Years guy. This guy said Kamala Harris using the word we, the plural noun we, the plural pronoun, excuse me. He said Kamala Harris using the plural pronoun we is evidence that she said she was black. Yeah, you do. You're nuts. No Diddy. You're nuts, my guy. Tariq was very clear. She never said, I'm a black woman. I'm black. You just said, she said the word we. She's implying, my guy. Tariq ain't say she never implied. He said she never directly called herself a black American. You just corroborated that by saying she said we. You dig? So you can talk all that tough stuff. Oh, I'm so eloquent. I'm so loquacious and articulate. Yeah, all right, you ain't do that today. You chimped out and hopped off. You dig? Because I was gonna play this video whether you like it or not. We're gonna hear your words, my guy. You a chimped out artist.
The logical liar. I don't dismiss that. I do not find her to be particularly honest, but I point out the fact that yes, she did do the thing that you said she hadn't done. Then when I do that, he moves it to, well, she's a liar, and then he's
No, you didn't. She didn't do that, my guy. She said we. He said black. You said we. We and black ain't the same thing, my guy. That's silly.
well, her dad never did.
And another thing, Kamala Harris is a pathological liar. And that's another thing we have to keep in mind. That woman lies her ass off. She lies about everything. This woman, they're calling her out about lying about working for McDonald's. McDonald's called her ass out.
Her dad also did. Her dad in a letter said that he was considered a Negro from the islands. When he was in the custody battle for his children in the courtroom, he said that they wouldn't give him custody because he was just a Negro from the islands. That's what he said. So he referred to himself as a Negro from the island.
Wait. What does that got to do? I'm completely lost. My guy. So he never said he was black. Okay. Negro. Negro. He said he's a Negro from the islands. We agree. You're a Negro from the island. Black. BLACK. Sir, do you think Negro and black are interchangeable words? You can't be that silly. Bro, but the Tariq claim is clear. Neither one of them said they were black. Kamala said we. Her dad said Negro. We ain't the word black, and Negro ain't the word black. Tariq stands what he said. It holds up. Now, if you had showed me Tariq contradict himself, I would have gave you that. Like, yeah, Tariq, big bro messed up. She said that, or he said that. This is a bad look. So it looks like Tariq was spot on. That neither one of them ever said that they are the letters BLACK. He's spot on. You're wrong, my guy. You're chimping out.
Furthermore, her father was the first black person from Stanford to be tenured.
Oh, no. He ain't the first black nothing. He's the first Negro from the island to do that. Remember? He said he's a Negro from the island. So he's the first Negro from the island to do that. No, don't throw black in there. No, sir. He's the first Negro from the island to do such and such.
He was the first black person from Stanford to be tenured in the economics department. He was the first black scholar, I think is how they phrased it. In order to be that means you would need to be black. I found images of—
Wait, hold on. Hey, bro, now the argument is crazy. Tariq said she's not black as far as the lineage. He played that. So in his evidence and what he submitted as evidence, he agreed that Tariq said she's not black as far as with the lineage. That's either true or false. So if you're arguing that, which you are, that's an L. Dude, you caught an L. So Tariq clarified when he said black, she ain't with the lineage. He said that at the beginning of this video. Y'all can rewind it for yourself. Tariq Nasheed says she's not black as far as she's from the lineage. Now he's moving the goalpost, saying he's trying to use black as a racial umbrella for all people of different nations, nationalities, and cultures and stuff. No, no, no. Tariq made it very clear. He said she's not from the lineage. Because when folks say that when non-FBA say they're black, the assumption is that they're foundational Black American. That's the assumption. Because if you don't know, you don't know. Especially folks who not FBA, they don't know. So we don't like that. We don't like when foreigners say they're black, because the impression, the assumption, the implication is that you are one of us. So Tariq clarified in the video he played, in the debate he claimed he had with Tariq Nasheed clarified that she isn't from the lineage Black. That's clarification. And dude, I don't know what's going on now. You keep arguing race.
His family members with afros in Jamaica, very light skin, but obviously Negro hair. Now we can sit here and try to play games if we want to. Her dad was
Negro hair. Dude, what are we doing? We're not arguing hair texture. We're arguing lineage. You're either foundation or you're not. And now, because he's wrong, he want to say we could play semantics. Dude, you're playing semantics. Tariq was very clear. He says she's not black, meaning, again, y'all just go back and watch it. And matter of fact, when it ends, I'm going to go back and do it for you. I know some of y'all lazy. But Tariq Nasheed made it clear. He said, yo, she's not black, meaning from the lineage. At that point, he's either wrong or right.
obviously half black, and the other half was Irish.
No, half Jamaican. You can't be half of a race, my guy. That makes no sense. A race includes millions of different ethnicities, nationalities. Okay, so you can't be half of a race. You're half of what you are born as. That's your ethnicity. So she's half Jamaican and half whatever, Irish, whatever else. Okay.
Slave owner. So the fact of the matter is, she's at least a quarter black. Ultimately, we can still recognize that even if she's a quarter black, she's not of the lineage.
There's no such thing as a quarter black. You can't be quarter racially nothing. Hey, what's going on, Brandis Dumas? You got mute. I'm great. You know what I mean? 4th of July. It's my day. You dig? Yeah, so it's the FBA day, so I'm proud as hell.
You know what I'm saying? People just upset with us, bro, because we love who we are.
Right.
You know
right.
We don't put in place the white man who's word.
Right.
Switch that junk up and use it as a model.
Yep, endearment, term of endearment, right.
On the perk defense. So, of course, a link on the description for.
Ultimately, we can still recognize that even if she's a quarter black, she's not of the lineage.
This is
we
a small
can still
correction.
recognize.
You mean Negro and mulatto?
Negro, black, and mulatto.
No. They ain't call us black on every census. Yes. No. Look what I'm saying. Look what I'm saying to you. You're saying, look, you mix it up. You got to stand. You got to follow with the conversation. You said they classify something, bro. Black is there because of we. There's something called the 1940 Black Empowerment Movement. We were never called black. We were called Negro and mulatto. Well, in this country, we were never called black. No enumerator. You know what enumerator is? Enumerator. You know what that is? That's white people going around taking censuses without your permission, and they classified us as mulatto and Negro. Right. So 1940, 50, 60. I'm a historian, my guy. 1940, 50, 60. We said we're black, starting with Elijah Muhammad and then Richard Rice. That's the first time we ever was known nationally as black in a positive endonym sense. So that's history, right?
So I'm saying in the 18 census report,
yeah,
none of it states
Negro.
It states
it says Negro on 1860. Okay, so let's not switch up the conversation. We're saying how we were classified nationally, not as an individual. We're saying nationally in America, we were always either mulatto or Negro. That's it. And we called ourselves that. You got the NAACP, You got the UNIA. You got different people, different. All of us said we were Negro. You got the in W. Du Bois. Everything was Negro and colored. Ain't no black and none of that stuff. Ain't no organization we said we were black. It was African. Sometimes we say African, little, very few, minimal. But it was colored and Negro. This is my lane right here. We didn't say black at all because black was taboo, like Dr. King said. Black was always seen as a negative attribute put on people, so we ran from that. A. Philip Randolph, you probably know who he is, but A. Philip Randolph, all those boys, they wouldn't call themselves black because it was taboo. So they said they were Negro. So Dr. King made that announcement in 1967. He said, "I'm black." He said he acknowledged black is a exonym to mean something negative, a kind of negative connotation definition. But he said, "But I'm here to say I'm black and beautiful." So that was us taking control. Which your other point was, you said they had the hard ER, we made it A. Well, they said when they put black on people, which it rarely did, it was negative. We changed that and made it positive. That's called an endonym. So we named ourselves black. So your paperwork, your birth certificate, black is there because black Americans did that, not white people. It would have been Negro there. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, no. Nah, I got you. But do you understand? I got you. But wait, hold on. Wait, no. Wait, no. I want you to understand. Wait, hold on. I want you. My guy. My guy. I think I'm speaking over your education. My guy. Do you know what an exonym is?
No, sir.
Okay, okay. All right, bro, you chipping out, my guy. You chipping out. All right, goodbye. You chipping out. Yeah. Speak to your education, my guy. You're not a historian. Okay, we don't call ourselves black after white people, my guy. We call ourselves black because we said we're black. So, and that's a big mistake people do who don't know your history. All right, so it's okay. You ain't got to chimp out, my guy. Learn. Take out a piece of paper, write it down, go Google it, go AI what I'm saying and see if it's wrong. But don't give me your personal opinion. I'm not interested. You're wrong. Black, we don't use black as an exonym. We use black as an endonym. You dig? You were saying something decent, but unfortunately, you're wrong. And you know, I'm the can man. Anybody can get it. You wrong, I'm on you. Pause. No diddy.
That she's not, and she doesn't have our best interest. I've pointed that out in goodness how many videos. When she first ran for president, I pointed it out then. When she was selected as a vice president, I pointed it out then. There's not a single video on my entire platform that says a single positive thing about her, ever.
The hell on, Felicia. Remember?
Yeah, but you are saying something positive. You're saying she said she was black. You can't pull up no transcript. You can't pull up no video of her ever saying she's black, her father. You said she said we. You said her father said Negro, Negro from the island. We ain't black and Negro ain't black. Black is black. We sung the song, I'm black and I'm proud. We didn't say I'm Negro and I'm proud. We didn't say I'm Negro and I'm proud. And we didn't say I'm we and I'm proud. We said black and proud. Why is it so, why do we give people passes? People who never said the word black to identify themselves, we want to pretend other things they said, well, it's the same. Like, nah, you bro, it's a pledge of allegiance. You got to say you're black if you are actually black ethnically, because you can't be foreign talking about you black. And so there's no way she got an Irish mom and a Jamaican dad. How does Irish and Jamaican equal black? That equals mulatto, Irish, Jamaican mutt. That's all that means. They ain't got nothing to do with us.
Either of them. In fact, to the contrary, as I've pointed out time and time again, including within this debate, Biden is the single greatest damaging person as far as policy is concerned in the last 50 years for Black American, which I would attribute to that crime bill. Some people like to refer to that as the Clinton crime bill, which it was because he signed it into office, but Biden wrote it. Biden had a long-standing anti-blackness, so because of that, that's why I call it the Biden crime bill. I was not an advocate of Biden at all.
No.
That's corny, man.
Okay? So the idea that I would be a Democrat shill as a biblical fundamentalist Christian is crazy.
Think of how stupid the average.
Myself, I'm not in favor of abortion. I've been called a homophobe by some because I personally believe, from my political positions from socially conservative values, positions from the very beginning, even on the Jesse Lee Peterson show, I would say I'm a conservative progressive.
What does that mean?
It means that I was raised with.
Hey, yeah, what did that mean? You just making up stuff. You just chimping out, my guy. Even Jesse Lee Peterson, who's a well-renowned coon, he's an unapologetic coon. Even Jesse Lee Peterson asked him, "What does that mean? Like, what is that? You just made something up."
Political positions from the very beginning, even on the Jesse Lee Peterson show, I would say I'm a conservative progressive.
What does that mean?
It means that I was raised with really socially conservative values, and I think those things probably have a really strong impact on like my outlook on life and my decision making. However, I recognize that economically there's plenty of reason for progressive values in order to offset some of the damages caused by the best system in the world, which is capitalism. Now, what you'll find is that that's a common belief system within Black people. Black people in general are large.
You heard him? He said the words Black people in general. What does that mean? He just acknowledged Black is a race. He said this. His argument is Black is a race, Black is the ethnicity. So when you say Black people in general, dude, you are literally tying up everybody who is racially categorized as Black. That means all of Africa, all of the islands, all of Haiti, and Black America. My God, you're not ready.
Conservative, but Black people have always been progressive. If you look at the civil rights movement, it was a progressive movement. If you look at the Black Panthers, they were a progressive organization. If you look at the things they were asking for, such as reparations, that's a progressive idea. So ultimately, I'm obviously going to be economically progressive to a degree.
Now, you want to talk about semantics? There you go.
But I'm obviously going to be conservative. I believe that marriage is rather important. I believe that marriage, a stable family unit, is one.
That's it. All right, now let's get to Godfrey. Right? Nobody came to hear this clown. Okay, this guy, 2K views in a whole year, and he got Tariq Nasheed name in the title. Like, dude, you a failed podcaster, my guy. That's why you was desperate to come over here for some clout, and you didn't get it. I got you up out of here. Well, you got yourself. I didn't kick you out. You got yourself up out of here. You're insecure, man. You gotta be confident. You gotta be. You know what I mean? You gotta be confident about yourself. Okay, you weren't confident, and again, you hopped off. So that means you could always click the link and come back on. Now, if I kicked you off, you couldn't come back on. That's the Zoom rules. Right? Zoom meeting, that's the rules. That's why I don't want to kick people off unless I have to. But I didn't kick you off. You chimped out. You hopped off. So hop back on and defend what you just said. Because you argued that Tariq Nasheed said Kamala Harris never said she was Black. And you argued that Tariq Nasheed said her dad never said he was Black. And you doubled down and confirmed that. You said she said she's we. And you said her dad said he's a Negro Islander. None of those words are Black. So Tariq Nasheed was correct. So that's goofy. Yeah, but they're gonna definitely chimp out. They hop over here. Chimping out is an option. You can 4T or you can chimp out. And unfortunately, a lot of people like to choose chimping out. You dig? The 410, they left that alone. The 410 is like, that's what Revenue does. Revenue 410. He's like the master of 410. But unfortunately, man, people do chimp out. You dig? And now let's get to Godfrey. This guy's a weirdo. Corny channel. Nobody ever gonna watch you live, my guy. You corny. All right, let's get to Godfrey. This is what folks want to hear.
You guys need to.
All right, now the chimping out that Godfrey did is ridiculous. Listen to this.
Watch whatever this is because you seem most aligned. Although I am a little annoyed about the episode with David of Yellow Roll, but I know it's not in alignment with the World Cup. So I can give you a little bit on that, but yeah. So, okay, one thing at a time. So, what's your side of the story with Karen Hunter? Not to overtake your show, but I am curious.
I'll take my side. Wait.
How do you feel about Karen Hunter is what she's asking, I think.
I got fired by her. What's the big... She fired him. She fired me. So what?
I know, but she says that you were like, listen, I've watched you evolve.
No,
so
tell me what she said. Get to it.
She said you were extremely disrespectful to her.
How?
She said you called her a bitch.
I called her a bitch after she talked shit about me. You understand?
Okay.
So get the whole story, okay? Because I moved the fuck.
She is. She's talking to you now, my guy. She got one side of the story. Karen Hunter. She came to you directly. She's asking you. She's coming to you for the whole story. She talked to Karen Hunter. She got it. She on you now. This is literally getting the whole story. What's up with this dude chipping out?
First of all, I'm not trying to be mad at you, but hold on. I've moved on. I never mentioned Karen. Okay. So people were telling me, they were coming at me, like people were sending me messages going, Karen is dogging you on her show. And
Nah, Karen Hunter is a beautiful woman with a beautiful soul. If she cooks you, you deserve it.
I was like, well, she fired me. Why? And I didn't even answer. I just kept it moving about my business. And she was insulting me because I know people that are loyal that were telling me, yeah, Karen's saying this about you. I was like, wow, that sucks. And then I was like, hey, you know, Karen, keep my name out your mouth. Like, you fired me. I moved on. You know what I mean? I just kept it moving. And she kept on throwing jabs at me, and people were telling me this. You know, okay. and then she goes like talking about my career ain't shit, all kinds of shit, as if she made my career. My career's been around. You know, she asked me to come on her channel. I was minding my business. I was walking through the hallways of Sirius XM when she approached me.
Right. Okay. Why you walking through the hallways? Unemployed failed comedian. Why are you walking through the halls? We was hoping for an opportunity, my guy. Stop it.
You understand?
Okay. I hear you.
No,
okay.
this is what the story is, miss. She asked me to be
on
her show.
Wait. You said this is what the story is, but you told her to get the full story. Now, when she came with the Karen Hunter story, you condemned her, say get the whole story, because she ain't got your story. Now she got your story, and you act like your story the whole story. So why is your story the whole story and not Karen Hunter? Hey, fan, I'm sorry, man. I'm him. You know, this is how I was born. I will cook these guys on the fly. Like your logic just made no sense. You just said get the whole story. That means your story and her story. She's there to do that. She hear your story, and you pretend your story is the whole story, not Karen Hunter's. It's like, so a half a story can be the whole story. That might be deep for some folks, but some folks got it. God. Yes, these guys are like.
I was like, well, I don't really do radio. I don't really want to do it. She goes, no, you should do it. She kept bugging me. And then she gave me an hour, which was the power hour at 12. And then it was doing so well that I moved on to 6 to 8. And I was like, oh, I'll just do an hour. Then everybody was like, do more than 2 hours, do more than 1 hour. And then I got.
All right, so TikTok, I'm gonna invite y'all on a little later, man. All right. I'll get back with y'all. Because I got to put my headset on. I need my headset.
Moved. And then I told her before I got on that station, I say a lot of edgy shit. I don't think you want me on a conservative black channel. And she goes, no, we want to change the feel of the show. I said, I'm going to keep it 100, though. Let me say what I want to say. And I got fired over some bullshit.
I didn't call her a bitch.
What do you mean?
I didn't call her. I was on the show.
Yeah, why would you say you did?
I'm saying I didn't call her a bitch. I did. No, I'm saying I didn't call her a bitch. And I got kicked off.
Oh, right. Oh, gotcha.
And
Okay.
and Lamont didn't call her a bitch.
And he got kicked
And
off.
she don't talk to Lamont. So when you have a situation where you the one needs, Sylvia didn't call her a bitch.
And she fired her too.
So you're under this.
I'm not gonna lie. It sounds like she's kind of a bitch.
When you have a situation where
Listen,
wait. When you have a situation where somebody always has the problem with somebody else, then it can't be everybody else.
Yeah, it's facts.
I hear you.
You have.
Well, no, it can. It can be. If y'all all together like you are now, it's her versus y'all. That makes absolute sense. Y'all all together now. So most likely you guys were together against her. Yeah, I don't have. Are you serious? I ain't got the link. Oh my God. Hold on. Let me put the link in the chat. I'm bugging, yo. Hold on. Let me put the. I can't believe I ain't got the link for folks to call in. You dig? Yeah, nah. Godfrey definitely chimping out. Chimping out is a real action. And it ain't just for Black Americans. White people chimp out. White people chimp out more than anybody else on this earth. They got centuries, thousands of years of chimping out. You dig? Chimping out is something that Black Americans do because of we're confined. We're stripped resources, placed in losing positions by systemic racism. You dig? Which can only produce a chimp out, but it also produces diamonds. Like a lot of us come out doing very well. We defeat the odds. We defeat logic. But white people, they chimp out for no reason. They got it all and still chimping out. It's like, yeah. So chimping out is a word really reserved for white people, and we expanded it to everybody else who behaves, in an unbecoming way. But make no mistake, when you think of chimping out, you think of white. You should think of white people. They Darwin said he a monkey, all that type of shit. You know what I mean? Like they tell you they're a monkey. So there you go. So you can't chimp out more than the guy who's saying I'm a monkey. Okay. Put the link for anybody, but if anybody do click the link, please say what you got to say. Land the plane. Make your point. Land the plane, man. Please don't get on here babbling. If you're sipping, don't click it. Because most likely, if you're sipping, most likely you're gonna say some stupid stuff. So don't. If you're sipping, don't click. All right. Okay, so I put the link in the chat. I put the Cash App in the chat. It's all there. You dig? It's all there. All right. So now let's get back to where we are with Godfrey. Everything's in the chat. People on TikTok gonna call in FBA are divisive and just like a goddamn like a fool. Just chimp out, just call his names like, yo, you don't want to talk about it? All right, well, all right. That's what chimping out is.
Understand, you guys are probably still listening to Karen. I all of us moved on. I wasn't talking about her. I didn't do none of that. And her whole thing about Black unity, she's full of shit. She is full of shit.
She does her thing in the context of her thing.
Listen, but
when
she's
you talk
full
about,
of shit.
But interpersonally, there's a reason why she has a problem with everybody else.
Well, she tricked me, and how I got fired was some bullshit because I personally think my show was doing really well. It was and I know on the inside, motherfuckers was like, you was doing really well. They had to find something to get you.
Wait, that don't make any sense. If your show is doing very well and she provided a moment for your show to do well, that means that she benefit from it as well. Why would she be jealous of you if your show's doing well? That means she's getting something from it, either views, ratings, you know what I mean, money. She's getting something for you being great. She's not gonna do that, my guy. That sounds crazy.
And I knew on some inside shit, which I ain't gonna mention that person.
Oh yeah,
and I was like,
they always do that. They got some inside information that they ain't gonna say. No, say it. She ain't holding them back. She exposed you. So if you got something to clear your name, we need to hear. If not, she's right.
Cool, because I was kicking ass. Because the week before she fired me, I went to an advertising meeting at Madison Square Garden. It was all the people that were going to sponsor me, and they said, "Well, what's your show about?" I came in that room and it was awesome. I had them rolling, laughing, and then she fires me the next week. It was just weird. The chronology of what happened. I was like, wow. And so I remember.
I highly doubt if that's how your career ended over there, my guy. Stop it. Like look how hostile you are now. Hey, yo, when you were in the right, who the hell be in the right side of history? If somebody questions you, you get all, like, look at his energy. His energy is off. He's excited. He's combative. He's belligerent. Bro, we don't believe you. If you were in the right side of history, you'll be cool and calm. Like, hey, are you serious? This is what happened. You won't be like look at Dame and Cameron. When Dame chimp out, he all excited, lying. But when Cameron responds, he's calm, composed. Because Cameron knows, like, yo, I got what really happened. Dame capping. Cam ain't all excited and chipping out. Like, dude, you're chipping out because, dude, what you're saying is false. All right, let's get back. How do we even leave it?
You have to understand, you guys probably still listening to Karen. All of us moved on. I wasn't talking about her. I didn't do none of that. And her whole thing about black unity, she's full of shit. She is full of shit.
She does her thing in the context of her thing.
Listen, but she's full of shit.
But interpersonally, there's a reason why she has a problem with everybody else.
Well, she tricked me, and how I got fired was some bullshit, because I personally think my show was doing really well. It was and I know on the inside, motherfuckers was like, you was doing really well. They had to find something to get you on. And I knew on some inside shit, which I ain't gonna mention that person. And I was like, cool, because I was kicking ass. Because
so the Illuminati under Karen Hunter got you all. Do stop.
The week before she fired me, I went to an advertising meeting at Madison Square Garden. It was all the people that were going to sponsor me. And they said, well, what's your show about? I came in that room and it was awesome. I had them rolling, laughing, and then she fires me the next week. It was just weird.
Yeah, nah. I could tell what happened. You know, that's that soul glow. When I say soul glow, you know, SOUL. When I say it's the soul truth, SOUL. When I say ain't no leader, the coldest leader, ain't no soul leader, well, SOLE, but there's soul leaders for sure, SOUL. You dig? Nah, we the soul people. You feel me? But I can tell you what happened. This is what happened. Karen Hunter gave this tether an opportunity to be great. And he might have capitalized on it, where he got like a little something. And then like a tether, he started to feel himself. And now Karen Hunter is directing him like, okay, look, I want you to do so-and-so. Now he feeling like, I ain't got to do that because I am a somebody. He switched up. So Karen Hunter's like, yo, you African booty scratcher, I made you. You were nothing without me. And that's how that went. Well, I ain't got to be here. Well, get out. That's what happened. Why the hell would she be mad at the guy who's under her umbrella being successful, bringing more attention to what she got going on? That don't make any sense, man. Stop.
The chronology of what happened, I was like, wow. And so I remember getting off the train, coming from D.C., because I went to D.C. to cross-promote with Joe Madison, rest in peace, Joe Madison. Woke up early in the morning on my own to meet Joe Madison. Then I did Laura Coates' shit. And that's when the Laura Coates' thing happened, where they kicked me off. But either way, I've said worse stuff. I didn't say anything crazy. I said exactly what I imitate people, and I got fired. And I was like, that was just real shady. But then I said, you know what? All right. And I just moved on, and I started doing Lord Jamar's thing with Raw Digger and doing my In Godfrey We Trust. I said, let me just go do that. And that's how the Steve Harvey stuff went viral. I was like, that was a blessing that she fired me. Because first of all, I don't like that corporate shit anyway. That's why I was very hesitant because a lot of comedians.
Okay, so why did Tyson Neil deGrasse fire you? You didn't mention that one. He didn't mention that he was part of, before the comedian now that's there. He didn't mention, why you didn't mention that? Why did Tyson fire you? If you were that good and you were that popping, why did he fire you for a guy that's like relatively unknown? Like, dude, stop.
Were being fired from SiriusXM anyway. So I was tired of that.
There's also a situation where there was this perception of radio is better than podcasting.
Yeah.
So anytime you called the show podcasting, she would get mad at this ain't podcasting, this radio, which ultimately now she has a podcast.
Now she has a podcast jumping off on my
there's a situation where you're talking about there was an older mentality that radio was something special and podcasting was some kind of subpar.
Godfrey haters, you said?
No, that's real. I used to have a show on
let me say this. And ultimately, she has a podcast now where
she's talking.
So there was a stigma about the podcast.
I didn't hear you. Wait, hello? It must be a delay or some shit. Hello?
Okay.
Go ahead. What were you saying?
Can you hear me?
Talking to the mic.
No, just real quick, in terms of the stigma about the podcast versus radio, like, we had a co-host of mine on Clubhouse. We had a great opportunity to start a show on YouTube a long time ago. But because of that stigma, she's like much deeper into journalism than I am, and she didn't want to do it. And I'm like, now look at everybody on YouTube. So anyway, I feel you. I know it was definitely a sentiment that people didn't want to, be known as being on podcasts, but they didn't have any choice but to change.
That wasn't. That's not true.
A separate issue.
That's not true.
No,
the point was that
all the known people.
Wait, listen.
All the journalists.
Listen. The industry changed.
There we go.
Donald Trump is in office because of Joe Rogan and Andrew Schultz.
Oh my God, Donald Trump won because of Andrew Schultz and Joe Rogan. Oh, okay, I got it. All right. Me get past this guy. This that Latino guy that's like totally like street. I don't know what's going on with him. I ain't even gonna speculate. But we ain't gonna hear him talk though. We ain't coming to hear him talk.
He thought that radio was gonna be you. In fact, I was helping out your channel. You know how I know? Because I have people that come to my show go, man, I wish you was still on that channel, man. You tore that bitch down. I had truck drivers.
So why would she get rid of you, my guy, if you ain't chimp out? So it sounds to me you chimped out over there. You was feeling yourself and you stopped listening. You stopped taking her advice. You didn't want to be under an FBA thumb. You dig? If what you're saying is true, why would Karen Hunter not want you to be successful when your success is highlighting, is signal boosting her channel? That makes no sense. You're an honest guy, just coming to work, doing your job and leaving, clocking out. And she, oh my God, I'm so jealous of this tether. Like, dude, stop, bro. Nobody buying that, my guy. You was feeling yourself. You chimped out. You 4T'd her. You started to do some tether shit, and she got you up out of there. That's what happened, man. Like, stop.
Honking their horns at 6 p.m. all around the country.
Yeah.
I
remember.
My callership would stay full. I mean, I had the proof of it.
Bro, what does that mean, my guy?
Her saying that shit. Look at her now. Now she wants to jump on David Aiuolo because she don't have fucking nothing else to talk about. So she gonna jump on my podcast, which is a dope ass podcast. And by the way, David Aiuolo has apologized, but British black people do not have a perspective of American blacks.
Even get it.
But the fact is,
hey, there's no such thing as a British. There's no such thing as a British black person. Like he just made that up, my guy. All right, black is a race, my guy. Many people can be under that racial umbrella. It's a race because racist people said it is. There's no such thing as a black Brit. A black Brit can literally, just like America, it could be somebody from Nigeria, Jamaica, Haiti, Zimbabwe. Okay, there's no such thing, bro. If you fled your homeland because you're a coward and you don't want to help build it up, my guy, you're not a black Brit. You're a Nigerian in the UK. You're a Jamaican in the UK. You're a Haitian in the UK. You don't get to change your identity. Like we just changing clothes, like for real. Like, dude, stop, man. Ain't no damn no black Brit. Well, steal our name and cosplay as us, and we supposed to accept that. Where was the black Brits in 1940s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, man? This is a relatively new term, and you guys don't know because you chimp out. You don't tap in here long enough. Black, the people who say they're black Brits, these are first gen tethers, or they're actually from Africa directly themselves. These ain't 10, 2, 3 gen tethers. You dig? These are relatively new people that just moved there who saying they're black Brits. But again, nobody dislikes their homeland more than the Caribbean and Africa. They are so quick to throw away their identity to come under something else, and they want to make sure that something else is something that we call ourselves. And that's why they're upset with FBA, ADOS, Freedman, Salon, is because they just can't say they're that. You need lineage proof.
Fact is that these mistakes need to happen so we can talk about it. So we can have people going, damn, I fucked up. I think David probably didn't mean it that way, but the British black experience is so different than the black American experience. He probably was like, no, it's a little subservient.
Bro, there's no such thing as a British black, my guy. You're either black American or you're a cosplayer. I might go back on TikTok because TikTokers be calling for the smoke. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go back on TikTok and get some TikTokers over here. Because TikTokers, that one guy chimped out. But you normally TikTokers will at least have a conversation. All right, let me go back on TikTok. Let me get rid of this microphone. Because right now I'm lit. I feel like cooking somebody, and I want somebody to agree to this bull crap. I want to see who's out there that agrees with this foolishness. I'm still him. I'm research on another level, comprehension another level. Ain't nothing changed. But let me go back on TikTok because I need somebody to chimp out. At the end of the day, I'm a content creator. Have people come watch me only come here for the theatrics anyway. They don't come here for information. They don't come here to learn and be great. They come here to chimp out in the future. All right. So let me invite the TikTokers back on. You dig? Because we're gonna get through this. You diggy? All these damn lies, my man, spewing. Hold on.
They don't know any better. A lot of them just don't know any better.
No,
and I think it's good that people listen. Hold up.
It definitely sounds some white people shit. I'm sorry.
What'd you say?
It was whack. But I said I'm sorry, but it definitely sounded like some white people shit. But I get it. But
what I'm saying is, that's what. Where do you think they're colonized? It's colonial mentality. That's white people shit. That's what I'm trying to say.
I think people were responding because we appreciate the fact that, although your heritage is Nigerian, listen, I've been through all the arguments with ex-boyfriend, Nigerian, the whole nine. So I understand
Yeah, but I grew up.
what
First
I'm
of all, I
saying
grew up in
is
Chicago.
we were a little surprised by your reaction to him because
I don't give a
felt
fuck
like
what y'all were thinking because I didn't make him say that.
I didn't say it.
I didn't make him say that. So fuck all of that because you all sit there and try to pick at the smallest shit, waiting for us to fuck up. First of all, that me.
Yeah. Talk about now. I recall Tariq Nasheed bringing him up. I didn't know why. You dig? Because I don't care about this toxicity. I didn't know why. But nah, Tariq, bro. You got to step on Godfrey, my guy. I'm sorry. Yeah, this dude talking like this, dude, you got to step on. Or link up with me and I'll do it. But nah, we cannot let this go. Nah, he is, because I heard Tariq live or his premiere and he was like, nah, Godfrey cool. No, the hell he ain't. Not after this. No, sir. And we know Tariq got it. Tariq is human. He got a bad sense of character. He's the guy that got the 19 Z's and Dr. Mayats and Professor Smalls around him, and he thinks those are his allies. Like, dude, I don't know how you didn't see that. And it was us, the grassroots, who pointed out, like, Tariq, you got to get rid of these people. 19 Z's cannot be in Hidden Colors, neither can Professor Small. And we do, and a lot of us don't even think Dr. Mayat should be there. But Tariq is good at what he's good at, but he's bad at character judgment of character. Yeah, Tariq, nah. Godfrey, after what I'm hearing, dude, it's an op, bro. Ain't no we cool and all that. Tariq, that's out. Because Tariq did the same thing with James Small. He was reluctant. 19 Z's, he was reluctant. Like, dude, you gotta stop dealing with these Pan-Africans, man. Like, completely. Like, it's gonna always go this route with Pan-African. You gotta stop, man.
Akbar grew up in Crenshaw. All right. I grew up in Chicago, some of the blackest cities around.
Okay, so this tether, Godfrey, is talking about where he grew up at. Godfrey, my guy, I don't, as a foundational Black American, as Adolf, American descendant of slavery, as a freedman descendant, as a Solon, you dig? Oh, by the way, we got a fifth term. I'm gonna introduce. I came up with a dope fifth term, and it's not an acronym, all right? But I ain't gonna do it yet because I haven't I haven't did nothing behind it. If I just say it, people can take it and run with it, and like there's no documented history of me doing something about it first. But I came up with a name for us that I think you guys will like. Okay. And when I explain it, first of all, if I just say it, you're gonna like it. But if I explain it, I think you're gonna like it even more. But I got a term that's better than FBA, Adolf, Friedman, and Solon. And I love Solon. I love FBA. I love Friedman. They don't speak to us. Outside of Friedman, the rest of them are acronyms. You can't really. It's not. Your ethnicity cannot be an acronym, right? It's gonna be so many legal barriers you're gonna be faced with forever. It's like, don't even do it. Let's just do it right. So let's use these acronyms for now to delineate and disaggregate. But for our permanent ethnicity, I got a word, man. I looked it up on Oxford Wikipedia. Webster. There's no such word as this. I mean, there's a word, but not by itself. And I got a word, and I don't want to say it now. I want to do a live where I'm documented. You see what I'm saying? I do a live now. Is documented. I'm the first to say it because I got a date when I went live, and I'm gonna screenshot that date. Because YouTube can, get you out of here, and that date's gone. No, I'm gonna screenshot it. That I'll be the first person to use this word as a ethnonym for the lineage. I think y'all like it. Anyway, let's get back to this guy.
Chicago's the most segregated city in this country. So I know what Black Americans are like because I was stopped by cops, harassed by cops, called nigga, the whole nine.
That don't mean anything. You're still Nigerian, my guy. Okay, some white T racist cop confuses one of us. Okay, we're not going to discount your experiences. Your experiences are real. I believe you. I don't not believe him. I believe he went through that. Okay, but I feel and I'm not happy. Like, that's a bad experience. That's traumatic. But my guy, they violated your civil rights. We are talking about reparations. So what happened to us deserves demands. We're owed reparatory damages. You, a cop, just picking on you because he think you're one of us, dude. That's a civil lawsuit. That's not reparatory damages. Okay. So, but even with all that, my guy, even if they believe you one of us, I ain't gonna lie, Godfrey looked like he could be one of us. To me, at least to me, my opinion. So I ain't gonna sit here and say, nah, I could tell. Nah, Godfrey looked like he could be one of us. So did Lord Jamar. Lord Jamar, if you don't know, he's not FBA, by the way. But Lord Jamar can pass. You feel me? As one of us. That's all good. And I ain't gonna deny that, the lookalike stuff. But factually, you're not one of us, so you're not owed reparatory damages. You did. You got a civil claim, my guy. You could sue that police department or that city. That's it. So if you got snatched up because they thought you were one of us, I feel bad for you. But now you know. Now you walking a mile in our shoes, or at least an inch. But do not use that experience to say you're one of us, or you can relate. That's where I vehemently disagree. Like, no, you're not one of us, my guy. Just because they thought you was one of us. I guarantee if Godfrey's wearing some African print with a damn man, some Michael Blackson gear, that he wouldn't have got harassed. Your cosplay to the police officers that pull you over, they thought you were one of us. I got him because you were cosplaying as us. But if you dress like a Nigerian, bro, you would have been safe.
Okay, so I'm a little bit different, but that show, what our show is, it's just 9-10 months. We're doing really well. It's needed. Nothing's gonna be perfect. So when someone goes, I didn't like your reaction, you're not my fucking parent, first off. And I'm the first person, if I fuck up, I'll go, man, my bad. But David said it. So to villainize me is bullshit. That's black shit, just trying to have something to bitch about. See, what we're doing is we're trying to work out our kinks. People are traumatized. Black Americans are traumatized. Caribbeans are traumatized. Africans are traumatized. Everybody's traumatized. Black women are traumatized. Black men are traumatized. So this is all coming from trauma. And this should be a therapeutic podcast. It should be a podcast where we go, hey, man, we fucked up. We got to talk about these things. But to just go, I'm disappointed. None of you motherfuckers are my parent. None of you. Nobody's perfect talking shit to me. You do a.
So now this is listen. I'm gonna tell you where Godfrey's going. Okay. I'm gonna tell you because I'm somebody who studies this stuff. I'm the real deal. I'm not these weirdos who saying the FBA who came out of nowhere. They did. You didn't know these guys prior to 2019. I'm not these guys. I'm gonna tell you where he's going. Godfrey will be a outright Republican in 2 to 3 years. Okay, so where this yelling back and forth he's doing right now, he's going to be an outright Republican conservative in 2 to 3 years. That's where he's at. That's why he's chimping out. He doesn't care. Like he's done trying to appeal to the Black American masses. He's done. He feel like he made enough white T people happy, enough white T Latino people happy, where he feel like he's safe and they'll protect him. And they'll keep his views where they are. So he feel like, hey, man, I rode the FBA wave for as long as I can. I'm out. I'm going to the majority, the dominant society. Okay? So in 2 to 3 years, this dude, Godfrey, is going to be an all-out Republican conservative. Sounding no different than Nick Fuentes and all that. That's where he's at. That's where he's going to be at.
Podcast and do better then.
He's just waiting for an excuse. So he's chipping out so we can attack him, and then he'll try to act like we forced him that way. That's all, family. This is all play.
But my thing is, I'm doing this for the good of all of us to bridge a gap and all this, oh, you're a tether, you're a this, you can eat a dick. I'm just not talking to you, miss. I'm just saying in the general. But
Okay,
you
I'm
can
like,
eat
now
a dick for real. I'm a tether, I'm a this, all these terms for a bunch of
No, I wasn't
traumatized
saying
black
any of
folk.
that.
It's like, first of all, I'm a very well-read man when it comes to black life.
Okay, I don't even know what he mean by black life. Like, dude, what the hell is black life? You're not a very well-read man, okay? Anybody could just say that. Like, Revenue can say that by himself. Anybody can say they're very well-read. As a proclamation. Proving it is a different story. My guy, you're not well-read. Nothing you ever said where I'm like, wow, that's correct. It's always like, I see where you're going, but you kind of off. Like the caller who called in, who chimped out on me. Hey, man, on the census, it was black. Excuse me? Excuse me? I'm like, what's his name? So white man. Excuse me? Like, yo, ain't no white TV who calls it black on no damn census? We were Negro. Oh, nah, see, my birth certificate, yeah, your birth certificate, my guy, that's after the 60s. That's after we stamped black as an ethnicity. Before the black empowerment movement, who do you think you're talking to? You didn't know what an enumerator was. Dude, man, it's levels to this, my guy. And your favorite podcasters, creators don't know that either. They don't know what an enumerator is. They don't hear it's like a pastor. But low-key, black people just love pastors. So anybody who resemble a pastor, like remember at one point we were on Ray Hagan's Jr. Ashe. He just brought the whole church to Egyptology, and he was loved and becoming to the lineage. Oh, he was a regular Christian. He just switched Christianity for Hotepism, and he had a bunch of black Americans rolling with him. Ashe. Everything about him was pastor, Christian pastor. But because he don't say Jesus, he say Osiris and all these weirdos, these losers in history, antiquity. Because he say that, oh yeah, nah, he deep. Ashe. Ray Hagan's Jr. Look him up. Ray Hagan's Jr. Look him up. You big? And so some of these FBAs are the same thing. There are pastors waiting for that moment to grift. Oh, lineage. All right, well, let me just switch out Christianity for some FBA talking points from Tariq and Abaz Ron, and let me make that a religion, and Ashe all over again.
Very well read. I've done mounds of going to see the minister, a Savior's Day, all kinds of shit. I met Stokely Carmichael.
Hey, bro, the minister is Caribbean. Stokely Carmichael is Caribbean. Who do you think you're talking to? You're African and you're bragging about Caribbean connections, bro. We're FBA. We're FBA, man. We don't run away. We stay. We pray. We say, hey. You dig?
Met Francis Cress Welsing. I met all these people. Did you? I can
Hey, bro, any fool. Nikki, who was that? Nicki Minaj took a picture with Miss Louis Farrakhan. What does that mean? That means she's deep down? Like, yeah, come on, bro. Dude, you're naming photo ops because of your alleged celebrity. Like, dude, stop it, man.
A lot of people on that.
Listen, I was in college at the same time. Let me just say real quick.
You know what I mean? If we're gonna do a measure on blackness, I'll probably stomp most of you. It's not sensitivity. It ain't sensitivity. Don't fucking ever.
Yeah, this dude said a measure of blackness, bro. Godfrey, you said you were Nigerian, my guy. You said that. You could have lied and said you were Black American. You said you were Nigerian, my guy. There's no measure. There's no ruler for you. You're not black. Nigerians are not black. Jamaicans are not black. Haitians aren't black, or neither are Brazilians or Cubans. The only people who can say they're black and be historically correct are foundational Black Americans, Adolf Friedman, or anybody say they're Salon. These are the only people who can historically and accurately say they're Black. If anybody else say they're Black, they're lying, they're deceiving, they're cosplaying. So Godfrey, there's no such thing as an African being Black or an islander from the Caribbean. None of y'all Black. Black is something you got to be from the lineage, my guy. If you don't have U.S. chattel slavery lineage, and not just that, but Black Reconstruction, Jim Crow, all of Jim Crow, to the Civil Rights Bill, you're not Black. And that's what makes Liberians not Black, because they had U.S. chattel slavery lineage. But why aren't they foundational? Because they didn't experience Jim Crow. You got to experience the real deal, the whole thing.
Say that to me. It's not sensitivity, it's passion, because I'm on point. I'm not here to make you like, don't try to play good guy like, you're getting sensitive. No, this is passionate shit. And I'm real about it. When people
Yo, what I'm gonna do, because it seems like he let people talk. What I'm gonna do, hey, listen, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to personally, if I can catch his show, if somebody can like make me aware of he's live, like his show's live, I'm gonna call in his show and I'm gonna have him explain to me how and why is he Black. And I'm going to eloquently, articulately explain he's not Black. He's not gonna have no real rebuttal. He ain't gonna have no class. He gonna try it first. And I'm calling his show, so I gotta let him talk. I can't cut him off like I do my show. He gotta talk. And then when he goes to talk and it's my go, I'm gonna make sure before I hang up, before he kick me off, I'm gonna make sure that he understands and all of his subscribers understand that nobody who don't have lineage ties to our lineage is impossible to be Black. Okay? That's what I'm going to do. You dig? So yeah, because I'm hearing him out. He letting her hang around and talk. So I feel like his ego gonna let me talk. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna call in.
Oh, you shouldn't have done fuck all of that.
I know, but what I'm trying to tell you is you
open
switching off, Godfrey. I wasn't.
What'd you say?
Like that. I'm telling you, you've always represented that.
Always, but then you get one little thing and you guys, as much as I speak up for Black women, what do you think that does to me in this business when I'm speaking up for you guys?
Hey, no. Black women, you guys. Black women are your own Nigerians, all of Africa, all of the islands, and Black America and Haiti, my guy, and maybe Brazil. Do not say that word Black by itself without the F and try to pretend that's exclusively speaking to Black Americans. That is literally semantical work. No, sir. No, sir. You ain't gonna gaslight me. Black women ain't FBAs only. You're talking about 54 countries in Africa, thousands of islands, a damn salad dressing, the Caribbean and Haiti, my guy. So no, you speak about Black women, you're speaking about your own and the island and maybe us too. No, that does not work with real intellectuals, my guy, who can listen, who got a comprehension, my guy. That's not gonna work. This is my topic. That Black, ain't nobody can do it better than me. Nobody on this earth can represent Black better than me. I heard the arguments out there. People struggle. I don't struggle. I'm on the fly with it. I got the link there. Click the link. Anybody on TikTok, invite yourself up. You heard what I said. Ain't nobody gonna do that word Black better than me. And I'm saying that it's impossible for a Jamaican or anybody from the islands, any Haitian, any African to be Black. It's impossible. You dig? The only Black people are foundational Black Americans, and that's it. If you disagree, the Zoom link is available, and if you're on TikTok, invite yourself up. Let's have that conversation.
I speak up for you motherfuckers all the time. Most celebrities in Hollywood don't say a goddamn thing about y'all. And I'm always opening my mouth for you guys. I try my best. But I do one thing, you guys just go off. Oh,
I
look.
get it.
Oh.
I get it. All right. Dante,
Yes.
can you just stop for a second? Can you
speak
to this? I really was just trying to say that.
And by the way, Newark, New Jersey, I don't believe is no longer foundational Black Americans. I'm under the evidence that Newark, New Jersey is now literally non-foundational Black American. If you see anybody of color on the average, I'm going to say that they are most likely non-foundational Black Americans. Newark is completely gentrified with people from the island, Africa, and Haiti. Black Americans are not the majority in Newark, New Jersey. And this could have been a long while, because before delineation, we never even thought to think about it. So all those crimes and stats you were reading and you blame on us, the whole time it could have been these guys the whole time, because we don't really know when they fully gentrified.
I was just surprised, to be honest, throughout the whole interview. I felt like, I was with you guys because I felt like you was low-key side-eyeing him. So I'm not saying I felt like
First of all, I don't even remember when he said the shit.
You really weren't even paying attention.
I wasn't even paying First of all, the interview was fantastic.
Yeah.
We were having fun.
Yeah.
They were like, I said, what did David say?
But I'm going to tell you something. I watched it. You nut.
Yeah.
You
I don't even remember
when he said you bring a little subservience, and he said but you got to understand something. We get this. I've gotten this from Haitian people. I've got this from Caribbean people. How about this? People talk, I'm FBA, and I get it from FBAs because I'm light skinned. So what we're talking about,
this is bro, you Puerto Rican, guy. I'm light skinned. What is this guy talking about, man? You got hella Afro-Latinx light skin. What are you talking? What's your point? You got a lot of light skinned FBA content creators and light FBA people. What is this guy talking about, man? You got people light as Mariah Carey that's like respected as Black American in the hood. Like nobody calls their demands their black car. This guy, and you could tell by making that statement, you could tell like he's not FBA. Like, dude, what are you talking about, my guy? Like, yo, like my right now, my family's up here from North Carolina. You dig? I'm really lineage. You dig? They up here. They all light skinned. Like we had one cousin who dark skinned. You dig? But and his kids are dark skinned. But outside of him, his brothers and cousins, everybody's light skinned. We're all light skinned. What are you talking about? Like he act like light skin is like a thing that's foreign in the FBA culture. Like light skin, dark skin, brown skin is so prevalent, my guy. Nobody's, oh my God, light skin FBA. No, come on, man. You gotta stop, bro. So dude talking, TikTok can't see, but YouTube can see. Most likely he's not FBA. At the very least, he's probably mixed mulatto type dude. You know how we feel about them. Questionable as hell. So, dude, knock it off. To me, he looked Latino as hell.
It's overall Black trauma that exceeds on, and we're always ready to go hard on Black folks. Even when we talk about the roast with Kevin Hart.
Okay, I want y'all to be very clear. He said, we're always ready to go hard on Black folks. Bro, who the hell is Black folks? You guys are using Black as a race. That's all of Africa, all of the islands. You dig? And Haiti. Who is like? But they'll gaslight you and pretend that when they say Black folks, they're speaking to us in general, in particular, and they're not. They're using Black as a general, all-inclusive term for everybody of African ancestry. And that doesn't work. That doesn't work.
Kevin Hart has made black millionaires.
Hey, dude, saying the word black by itself, you're not doing nothing. And this is why the next time, Godfrey, I'm going to subscribe to the channel. I'm not. I don't rock with headers like that. But I'm going to call in his channel. And I want to pick up this conversation. Like, yo, why y'all using the word black so loosely? Like, you know, you could, but you're using it loosely, but then you're pretending that it's so particular. You dig? Like, you act like you're speaking, you're using it in a generic way, but then you're acting like you're being specific with it. Like, it's like a finesse. Like, they're finessing us. They're saying it real generically, but then they'll also act like they're speaking to just us. Like, yo, no, like when you talk about us, you gotta be very specific. You gotta say Native Black Americans. You dig?
Where people had generational
hey, yo,
wealth for
TikTokers,
their
pull up, man. Invite yourself up, man. You dig? It's okay, man. I ain't going, you know what I mean? You good.
Family for the rest of their lives, and then all of a sudden, because a white boy is white boying and doing what he does, then everybody wants to turn on Kevin Hart.
Right.
He should have did this.
Okay, so now he's way off topic, my guy. Look, the focus ain't Kevin Hart. The focus is you. Okay, Kevin Hart backlash is Kevin Hart backlash. Dude, you're on Godfrey's show. Godfrey's the one tethering and chimping out. Let's deal with him.
Hate Derek Cho. That's straight trauma.
It's like with African Americans. He hired Common, right, who played Masavio's dad.
Okay,
Remember
he said African Americans. My guy, what are you doing? African Americans like Black American. That's anybody from the islands, Africa, Haiti, Black America. You're not doing what you think you're doing. And see, family, what happens is you guys would chimp out and believe that they're talking about us. No, if they're talking about us, Godfrey is well aware of the term FBA. He will say FBA. Okay, you don't say FBA, you don't say ADOS, you don't say Freedmen, you don't say Shalon. You are talking about anybody of African ancestry, my guy.
Yeah. But Common played Masavio's father, who was with Dr. King. He hired a lot of African Americans. Now he has a platform called Mansa with Nate Parker, who's Black American.
Yeah.
He's literally hiring and putting people to work. But I mean, we stand.
I had to end the TikTok because I'm holding the phones in my hand, got two phones in my hand, and the TikTok, it keeps as I'm holding phones, it keep removing TikTok. It's like weird, but it's making it hard to like maintain TikTok along with live. It's my backup phone is garbage. I had to end the TikTok. So let me go ahead and get my headset back up and running. Hold on. Hold on. Give me my headset.
On the sideline, we do nothing, and then we criticize everything that Black people
exactly
do. But on the same sense, this is a white supremacy society that turns us against, because they do give these parts to Black British actors, because there is the same way, there's no way in the world they would have let Barack Obama run for the president if he was African American, because there's a class system that says that African Americans are at the bottom of the class system. They will not.
Okay, so I'm gonna fast forward this guy because he's using African American and he's not being specific, but he's trying to act like he's trying to imply it's us. Like, dude, no, we're either foundational or you're talking about immigrants, my guy. We're not following.
Either way, like I said, I'm not like screaming, but I'm saying I'm okay being passionate like this because Karen is trying to jump off on, because all the podcasting she was talking shit about,
now
she's trying to do the podcast move. Like, let me dog Godfrey, blah, blah. And when someone said apologize to Karen, I haven't talked to her in 6 years.
Here's the thing. I don't even know Karen that well, but it's obvious.
Yeah, but don't speak on it. But the reason why you're in Karen's scope, because you're chimping out, my guy, is obvious. You're in Karen's scope because you're chimping out. She sees it. She knows you. She's calling it out. There's nothing wrong with that.
This is what Karen's doing. This podcast is very popular. Your other podcast was very popular. You're very popular. I just looked at her following. She's doing terrible. So the reason why she's talking about everyone who's doing.
You see? You see what they're trying to make it. So in other words, so just say that from the beginning. Just say what you really believe. What you really believe is that you really believe that Karen is calling you out because you're popping and she's not, right? That's what you really believe. That's your belief. Okay, that's your belief. But just say that. Don't act like it's something else.
Well, it's because she wants to be affiliated with people who are doing
Karen
well.
is hysterical. You're a fucking black Karen.
Like, that's what it is.
Listen. Like I said, I appreciate you calling and stuff and you talking. My passion, I wanted to hype it up because I'm in that mood. But like my whole purpose of what I do is very pro us. And nobody's perfect. Martin Luther King wasn't perfect.
Hey, bro, what are you talking about perfect, my guy? Stop saying the word perfect, my guy. If you messed up, you should really acknowledge that. Hold yourself accountable. But stop using the word perfect to like give yourself a pass for whatever you did. Because whatever you did like you ain't coming forward. You ain't coming forward with it. What did you do that you now are using the word perfect around to acquit yourself or drop the charges? What did you do that you're throwing around the word perfect? Nobody's perfect. But what did you do where that word is and now in your mouth? What did you do, my guy? We want to know what you think you did.
Malcolm X wasn't, Muhammad Ali wasn't perfect. He dogged Joe Frazier, who. So there's other things, but when we make these mistakes and just go, no, but look what you did. I go, but look at all the other shit I've done. Like, I got white women go.
Wait. No. But what did you do though? I want to know, because obviously he's kind of conceding to he did something wrong, right? That's why he's saying nobody's perfect. But I want to know, why don't you say what you think you did was wrong? And how about just apologize for that? Why do something wrong in your mind and then say, everybody else ain't perfect either? Hey, bro, how about just saying, I'm sorry? Whatever you think you did in your mind, how about just saying, I'm sorry for that thing? How about that? How about you start right there? Because obviously it's weighing on you. You think you did something wrong. Black American people hold you accountable. You're chimping out. You don't want to hold yourself accountable. How about you just say, hey, I messed up. I did something wrong. Forgive me for that. But forgive me like you forgave so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so. Because they did things wrong too. How about do that?
You don't like white? Well, you only like black. I go, I prefer black women. It has nothing to do with not liking. I like women, but I like black women the.
But who are black women? You just saying names. You just saying terms. And you want us to imply what you really mean. How about just say what you mean? How about just say what you mean and stop implying? And then folks will rock with you. But you keep trying to like hide how you really feel and what you really want to say.
Most. It has nothing to do with, but you got women that are in positions that are looking at me like, he only like black girls. They look at that shit.
Wait, bro, if that's common sense, like if you're black, if you're black American the assumption is you only date Black American women. If you are African, the assumption is you date probably just Africans, Puerto Ricans, you dig? And so forth, so on. That is going to be the natural assumption. There's nothing wrong with that. But he's acting like it's a bad thing. But if you only date African Nigerian women, just say that. But if you only date African ancestry women, say that. Say anybody with melanin you're interested in. Just say that. But stop doing what you're doing, bro. It's very disingenuous.
You know, I'm always speaking up for us all the damn time. Let me tell you something.
No, who's the us? Who's the us, man? You're just saying words. And you're leaving it out there for our interpretation. Like, it's literally mind games. Like he is saying words and he's trying to get us to jump the gun to assume what he means without him actually saying what he means. Nah, we on that. Say what you mean, my guy. Malcolm X said, make it plain. Make it plain, my guy. Don't give us riddles. Make it plain.
If I didn't give a fuck about Black people, I would be on 3 sitcoms by now. I'd be.
Bro, who are Black people you're talking about? And no, you wouldn't be on 3 sitcoms. You got fired from Neil deGrasse Tyson. You forgot? We know about that one. No, you won't. You'll be exactly where you are right now, bro, guy. Everybody don't think you're funny. And you know what I mean? You made decisions that was personal to you. You thought helps your career, and people judged you and condemned you and blackballed you for such. You dig? So no, you will not be on 3 sitcoms. You'll be exactly right where you are. You dig?
You real cooning and tap dancing and shit. For real. You know, but I don't do that.
I would say this. Nobody, I bet you all the Black people that they focus on.
But here's the thing, though. This is what happens when we give people the black card who's not Black. Like, it's okay to be friends with a Nigerian. We ain't got to make them Black. It's okay to be friends with a Puerto Rican. We ain't got to make them Black. We don't got to make people Black because we're cool with them. They could be a cool Mexican, cool Nigerian, cool white people person, cool Haitian. We ain't got to make them Black. You dig? You can't do that. They are who they are. You feel me? So you just a cool, whatever ethnic group you from. If we like you personally, you just cool wherever you from. You're not automatically one of us now of the lineage. No.
Nobody can tell you the name of the white boys that tracked down Ahmaud Arbery and shot him in the street. I bet you nobody knows what their name is. Put it, if you know his name, don't look it up. But if you know his name, put it in the chat. This is the thing. We have all this vitriol for Black folks. No vitriol for the
Oh, yeah. Dante, they did a study. This is at IKIM39 said, hey, wait. Donnie did studies. It's a form of assimilation that whites feel more comfortable around foreign Blacks, hence Hollywood being partial to them playing a role. So it's not insecurity. Because I really feel that the Black American feels like it feels like you remind white people of the oppression of what they did to you.
They did.
So the British Black doesn't remind it because it's separate. It's a different type of Black. So it's like, oh, hello. Blah, blah, blah. They're like, oh, wow, he's more. It's like it's safe. It's like an upgrade from iPhone 2 to iPhone 17.
But also just the voice itself is safe.
It's a safe voice. It feels safe.
Because what do you want to hear? You want to hear the hello, or do you want to see hear Compton?
My son is in England, and his cousins are Brits, Black Brits. His cousins didn't even know that Britain had slaves. had no idea that they were slaves. So when you go to Britain and they're like, you don't have no culture, and they do that, right. They don't even know that Britain was the king of the fucking colonizers.
Yeah, Britain was the masterminds of colonization. Well, this was a good conversation. I appreciated that one there. Thanks for calling. Thanks for calling. No, that's right. But say this and shout out to Akbar. Regardless of what people feel, like we're just working it out, and the fact that we're actually having an effect, it's important because I go, oh, you said this. I go, that's cool. I said, but man, we talked 2-3 hours of fucking.
And one thing
interview
slips through, and then
you go one slips through. Oh,
Hello. Okay. Okay. Oh. You dig? We're keeping tabs on you, my guy. We gotta make sure you're exactly who you say you are. There's no free pass. Like there's no permanent. Oh, so I got past. I got past this, so I'm in the clear. No, you're not. No, you're not. Because you're not one of us. There's much more. Like you're forever proving yourself, and you got to respect that. Like if I'm trying to show that I'm an ally to Nigerians, right? If I'm in Makoko, swimming in dead water, if I want to prove my allegiance, it's continuous. It's forever. It doesn't stop. But somehow, when it comes to us, we just stop the monitoring. We give them a free pass and you good. You check out. You good. You sound FBA, so you good. No, my guy. No. That's not how that works.
you said that, and it's like they're sitting there going, "What's he going to say?" Well, you might get offended. I'm not worried about what you're thinking. What we focus on is who's our guest. We got these questions, and CJ, he's a Black American who actually came up with the concept, along with Heather, who's a white lesbian. They came up with the fucking concept of 154. So shut the fuck up. Like,
yeah, what is he? Black American lesbian? What is he talking about, my guy? You all over the place. So that means you're down. You're now FBA. What are you talking about?
There's a Black American had the wherewithal to go, why don't we create a show like that?
Something. I'll tell you something else. A lot of times when you have Black women who have worked their way through corporate.
Okay, now I gotta keep stopping. When he say Black women, we have no idea who he's talking about, because that's millions of different people who do not have the same culture or speak the same language. That is not Black Americans. So get that out of your mind. I kept trying to help you construct your brain. I said, when people say Black without the F, you got to automatically assume it's immigrants. Stop hearing the word Black and assuming Black Americans foundational. Stop. If people say Black Americans and they don't say foundational, Adolf Freeman, so on, they're most likely just speaking about foreigners. So automatically assume that to be safe, so you're not misled.
White America, they have a stigma, or they got a chip on their back because of all that they had to go through to get Karen Hunter. I can't imagine what she went through to start her own station at Sirius Radio to create her own sponsors and to get this and to keep it going. And so she also and the misogyny, the intersectionality of her being a black woman, and the fact that she's a woman, she's black and a woman, and the fact that she thinks she's incompetent. And so I also think there's something to having strong black men in her diaspora that's.
Keep in mind, strong black men in his mind does not mean FBAs. He can be referring to a Nigerian, Haitian, Jamaican FBA. Just keep that in mind.
She's not comfortable with also having strong, opinionated, strong men.
And Tariq Nasheed, I fuck with Tariq Nasheed. I fuck with Dr. Umar. They have their purpose, man. But like the whole I'm not sitting there going, oh, I'm foundational black America. I don't really give a fuck. I just care about
and conquer.
It's dumb. It's stupid, and it feels like when we talk about.
Okay, so Tariq Nasheed, you can't fall for that. That's a backhand compliment. I rock with Tariq Nasheed, but calling yourself FBA is dumb. It's like, okay, then you don't rock with me. And let's have a discussion before I cook you, or before you chimp out all the way. Let me at least, invite you on. Let's talk about whether it's dumb or not. Let's at least talk about it. Okay, now if you disengage in that, then I know you're a complete op, and it's go time. Okay, it's go time. But yeah, man, nah, man, I'm not waiting on Tariq. This dude Godfrey is
that somebody's getting
he chimping out. I'm on him.
Getting paid to do that because I don't give a fuck. I'm
having strong black men in her diaspora that she's not comfortable with. Also having strong, opinionated, strong men.
And Tariq Nasheed, I fuck with Tariq Nasheed. I fuck with Dr. Umar. They have their purpose, man. But like the whole I'm not sitting there going, oh, I'm foundational black America. I don't really give a fuck. I just care about
and conquer.
It's dumb. It's stupid, and it feels like when we talk about that, somebody's getting paid to do that because I don't give a fuck. I think we all look alike. I just want to make sure. I
don't know if y'all caught that, but he alleged that Tariq Nasheed is getting paid to do what he's doing. All right, let's go back. I mean, I just want to be clear. Let's go back.
Believe in justice for black people.
Thing to having strong black men in her diaspora that she's not comfortable with.
Now we all know that that's a wrong terminology. In her diaspora, what are you talking about? You mean her circumference, her vicinity? What do you mean diaspora? That's this tether going. Okay, I hate y'all for each other, man. Yeah, so I don't know what he was trying to say with that.
Also having strong, opinionated, strong men.
And Tariq Nasheed, I fuck with Tariq Nasheed. I fuck with Dr. Umar.
Okay. So to say Tariq Nasheed and Umar in the same breath, like, come on, dude. Like, what are we doing? So this would be asking Tariq Nasheed, like, oh, bro, this dude don't rock with you, man. Like this is the same thing everybody else did. Oh, Tariq Nasheed, I rock with him, but meanwhile they dogging him out in FBA.
They have their purpose, man. But like the whole I'm not sitting there going, oh, I'm foundational black America. I don't really give a fuck. I just care about.
Yeah, but you can't. You said you're Nigerian. You cannot do that. You can't go that route. You can never say you're foundational black American. You openly admitted that you are Nigerian. So you could never do that. You can never do that. You can never say you're a foundation black American because you already said that you're Nigerian. Like, oh, I don't do the old FBA thing. You can't. If you claim to understand it where you claim to understand it.
It's dumb. But like the whole like, I'm not sitting there going, oh, I'm foundational Black America. I don't really give a fuck. I just care
divide
about.
and conquer.
It's
don't
dumb.
Have nobody.
It's stupid, and it feels like. But
Okay.
like the whole.
So he just gave Tariq Nasheed credit for something. We don't know what it is. But then he takes it back and say, I'm not FBA, because that's dumb to say you're FBA.
Like,
so I also think there's something to having strong Black men in her diaspora that she's not comfortable with. Also having strong
in her diaspora, bro. Man, put the drugs down.
Opinionated strong men.
And Tariq Nasheed, I fuck with Tariq Nasheed. I fuck with Dr. Umar. They have their purpose, man. But like the whole like, I'm not sitting there going, oh, I'm foundational Black America. I don't really give a fuck. I just care about.
And conquer.
It's dumb,
bro. You can't. And you heard the tether in the background says saying your FBA is divide and conquer. Now Godfrey let that slide. Now if he was really down and rock with Tariq Nasheed, he'd but now it ain't divide and conquer. He'll say I see the reason for it, which he said before, which he's on record saying before. He understands delineating terms, right? He said that. Now all of a sudden, the guy get to say that he don't say nothing.
It's stupid, and it feels like when we talk about that, somebody's getting paid to do that because I don't give.
Yeah, ain't that the same thing Professor Small said? 19Z said. Tariq, your man saying the same thing. And that's what I say. Like Tariq is good at a lot of things, but he's horrible judging character. He's horrible. We got to admit that he's horrible judging character. He keeps people around him who hates him and the lineage. They hate the lineage and they hate him. And like we gotta say, hey, Tariq, yo, dude, what are you doing, bro? Like, dude, you're embarrassing us by keeping this guy around you. My man saying slick stuff. Yo, you gotta get rid of him. And then he gets rid of him. But it's like, why do we gotta keep telling you that? Why your spidey senses ain't there? Why they not working? Like, so right now, the dude's like, yeah, I rock with Tariq Nasheed, but everything afterwards show that he don't rock with Tariq Nasheed. Calling yourself FBA is dumb, he said.
Fuck. I think we all look. Oh, I'm.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, yo, dude, it's Tariq. If you ain't got no fight left in you, step to the side, bro, and let me at him. You dig? Let me get him. There's a song called I forgot who made that song, but it's a song called "Let Me Get Him." You dig? If you ain't got no more fighting you ain't trying to ruffle no feathers. Let me at him, bro. Just assign me. I got it.
Foundational Black America. I don't really give a fuck. I just care about.
And conquer.
It's dumb. It's stupid, and it feels like when we talk about that, somebody's getting paid to do that. Because
so is he rock with Tariq Nasheed? I rewind this back 4 times. So he rocks with Tariq Nasheed, right? But FBA is dumb, is stupid, and he feels like somebody's getting paid to do that. I mean, Tariq Nasheed, my guy. If you can't see that Buddy is calling you a pay agent, my guy, then you don't want to see it. All right? One more time, and one more time only. If you can't see this, then there's nothing to say.
Because I don't give a fuck. Oh, I'm foundational Black America. I don't really give a fuck. I just care about.
And conquer.
It's dumb. It's stupid, and it feels like when we talk about that, somebody's getting paid to do that. Because I don't give a.
Okay, so he's not implying Tariq Nasheed's a paid agent. That ain't what we got from that. Like, are our comprehensions that low? Do we really got low IQ? Like he just said it in a clever way. In a clever way, he just called Tariq Nasheed agent. You dig? So now, if Godfrey isn't at this point, if Godfrey isn't willing to talk to Tariq Nasheed live on his platform, Tariq Nasheed platform about what FBA is and what it ain't, if he's not willing to do that, then this was a strike, a preemptive strike. That's exactly what this was. He struck first. He struck first.
Fuck. I think we all look alike. I just want to make sure. I just think.
Hey, bro, look alike don't mean nothing, man. White people, World War I, World War II, they all look alike, but they deleted each other. What does that mean? The African nations, those tribes look alike, but they're tribal.
Believe in justice for black people around the damn world.
Okay, you heard that? You heard that? So he used black people as a global name. I told you. You got to watch these guys. That's why I don't like when nobody, including Tariq Nasheed, use the word black and involve people who are not from the lineage. No, we got to make that very clear. Sir, how are you black again? I missed that. How are you black? Explain to me how you black. If y'all probably can't hear the fireworks. My headset's kind of good. If y'all hear the fireworks like going crazy, that's because I'm in the hood. I'm in North Irvington, East Orange Live. That's why I need those meta glasses, man. I'm gonna get them in 2 weeks or 3 weeks for sure. 1 month time for sure. But my FBA followers can make that happen a lot sooner.